back again to another Alligaster or Astrologaster stream. Gonna take a bit of time to just, set up, warm up, check out my bitrate, see how OBS is handling. Everything hopefully should go a bit better, or go well. I mean, it went well on Tuesday, but Shaw's been pulling some pretty homophobic moves at the start of Pride Month, where either the heat wave or I don't know what's going on, but it just kept crashing. The internet was not being very stable. It's been doing well today. I have no issues today, but we'll see. It's not over until it's over. That's what I can say. Oh. I do be saying I am a bit high on the bitrate, but we'll see how it goes, and we'll see how the VOD is to after. But if the recording works out in the stream, I'm gonna just see technical difficulties and just see how everything's doing until it's doing. Of course, I shouldn't be surprised if it's my laptop that's having an issue right now. I did spend like 2 hours. I hope everybody's day is going well, but I just want to be like, okay, well, so I couldn't sleep last night, mainly due to the heat, and I don't know, maybe some mental health things, could be that. I blame the heat, but essentially, I was up at like 5 in the morning. I went on a Discord server of another streamer I follow. If you know RT Game, what's up? Hi. I would throw, the bisexual peace sign or finger guns, but I don't have the thing for it. But somebody on the Discord was like, "Oh, I wish we had this like mashup of two of these streamers, RT Game and Call Me Kevin, from when they both sang at different times. Call Me Maybe." And my gremlin brain at 5 in the morning was like, "It doesn't exist. I will make it exist. You asked, and ye shall receive." Oh, what is with my... Don't mind me. Always good to have a few minutes ahead of time. My thing still says I'm pretty unstable, though. But it doesn't seem too fine. Maybe a little choppy, but I don't know. Hopefully it's not for you guys. But we'll see in a bit. Just, little downtime, listening to the nice music. Yeah, so basically I made this meme video. It is up on the YouTube VOD channel if you guys want to look at it. It's dumb. I love it. Best 2 hours in the morning I ever spent before crashing. Oh, things are freezing, and I'm just gonna talk to myself and make sure everything is doing A-okay. We're still unstable. You know what? It's weird because like I shut down everything, but oh no, I know why. I have 2 things open. That might help it a bit. Just always gotta double check to make sure everything is, doing how you want it to do, but sometimes it doesn't. display the webpage, you coward. Actually, wait, where's my device? I was gonna say, you should let me know. Maybe the mobile dashboard will be nicer to me. No? No, it's not. Right, whatever. We're going. It seems like it's doing fine, so let's get back into it. So, Tuesday, when I streamed this, because I really wanted to help, like, our main guy get his doctor's license, I had to restart. And I thought I could, because it auto-saves. Every page you turn, it automatically saves it. Or, like, for each new character, I think is what it is. And of course there's going to be a lot more me yelling into the mic of stupid shit because, you know, this is the dawn of colonization, and how a lot of people are thinking about this at this time reflects it. So I'm going to yell.
Good day, Dean Blog.
I hate this motherfucker with a passion,
and I will tell you
and
why.
I hate him
so
much.
Home to
this
England.
guy is an asshole. Anyway, so I wanted to say,
Aye, and what a sound investment it was, for it has paid off most handsomely. The cherub's cargo of nutmeg and pepper will fetch a high price indeed. In sooth, as I recall, it was you who advised me on this investment, was it not? I
am glad.
Forsooth.
I'm gonna just skip through this.
The very same. For it is said, refined to be made,
then let us.
So essentially, what I just glossed over is what was on Tuesday's stream. Essentially, he basically wants to invest in Walter Riley's trip, excursion to El Dorado, which, if you didn't learn this in school, and I don't blame you, they don't teach a lot of the stuff we should, that should be known, or at least would be great to know. A lot of people died. A lot of villages were burned. A whole lot of horrible shit happened because all they were doing was looking for gold. So he wants to invest in this asshole's journey to South America to look for this bullshit city that will never exist. If I remember correctly, I think they misinterpret El Dorado as being what they usually would name the chief. And another funny thing too is while they were going through and melting all the gold, they completely ignored the platinum, which is way more rare than fucking gold, but greedy and everything. And essentially, I tried to say to this guy, you probably shouldn't invest in it because it's not real. This isn't some good shit. This is gonna be bad. And he's like, oh, these people are gonna fight? Well, they're not like us good Christian boys. It's like, fuck off. Absolutely fuck off. These people do not want your shitty religion. Get the fuck out. Anyway, I hate this man with a passion. Our dude here, our homeboy, he's a little on the dumb side. I was making fun of him being like an MLM type person, but then when I read the thing where it was like, yeah, you did try to go to college, but because of your education, oh right, this is so because of your, so he wasn't able to finish due to lack of finances, which, honestly, big fucking mood. Like, I get it. I completely get it. He does kind of sound like he knows what he does say, but he's also fucking dumb, and I kind of love him for it. I feel like C is our best bet.
I am pleased to tell you, Dean Blogg, that your investment is secure.
Aye.
Indeed, This expedition will produce a fine legacy for you to leave your children. For, according to the stars, God has seen fit
wanna
to
come up?
reward England's conquering spirit of
Do you wanna just
curiosity.
God
Okay, he can scream.
favors the expedition. Oh, praise be to the Lord for his blessings.
And
I'm
once
just
you
gonna
have received
slowly
these
jerk
lessons,
him
Dean
off
Blagg,
just
I
to
do
get
hope
sure,
you and Mrs.
or,
Blagg will remember my
get my
years
shit.
of service and friendship to you both. I have always endeavoured to,
Tush, tush, Dr. Foreman. Pray,
Shut the fuck up,
let us
man.
not dwell on such vulgar subjects as money. For did we not at this moment learn that the discovery and conquest of this city is part of God's plan for the glory of our nation?
I hate
The
this
honor
man.
of having played my small
I
part
hate
in
this
it
man with
should
passion.
be reward enough for us.
Fuck this man. Fuck him. Cat, what are you doing? Please do not step on the keyboard. I see you. Yes, he was very pleased. We're getting close. I could jerk him off a bit more and then we'll see how it goes. Cat, you're sitting behind the laptop. Okay. Oh shit! Are we the same? Please tell me this dude is the 16th century gay man who just doesn't know what he's doing. He's just a fucking gay mess, and I'm here for it. Please, please.
good morrow, sir, and well met.
Indeed, 'tis I, Riccardo Ferraro, come once again to the great Dottore
Sorry, I was playing with my
Simon
cat's tail.
Foreman.
Aye, and I can see why you are come. Methinks you are not well, signor. The colour of your face is quite alarming.
It is because I am losing the blood. The blood does drain away from my face, way down my body, and out of my...
You are bleeding from your fundament. How much have you been bleeding, and for how long?
Excuse me, sir.
Poco, not too much. It does come and go. Sometimes blood, sometimes no blood. You stop the blood, see?
Mayhap I will.
Alright, thanks,
but
cat.
First, I must consult the stars to find
I
the
asked you not to,
diagnosis.
but I guess you did.
What ails Signor Riccardo Ferraro?
Well, he's bleeding out of his fucking dick, so he's probably about to die. I mean, I guess if that's a... Well, no, because he said he was bleeding. So probably it's out his
There is nothing
asshole.
here to worry about, Signor Ferraro. Your body is
Bro, you
merely
could have just
clothing
asked him to
itself
pull his
with
pants
blood,
down, been like, yep,
in a
hemorrhoids.
similar manner to that which does occur in a woman's nerves each month. To wit, 'tis most healthsome and natural.
And also,
Are you
pain in
sure?
the ass, I guess.
Are you sure that is your final answer?
Indeed it is. I do assure you, Signor, 'tis the very latest medical thinking on the subject of hemorrhoids. You are welcome to procure a second opinion, but I warrant you will find that most doctors in London will tell you the same.
Then Riccardo Ferraro bids you good day, Signor Foreman.
Is this dude okay? At one point, I want to be like, yeah, sorry, hun, you got syphilis. That's why you're so fucking weird. He was a little pleased. What does he want me to say? That he's, like, fucked up in every way? Alright, whatever. What the fuck does that mean?
Did you see that?
See what, madam?
Your querent, Signor Ferraro, scuttling away from me like a frighted rabbit. What have I ever done to upset the man?
He's a
All I
fucking
did was wish
gremlin.
him Buongiorno as I passed him at the door.
Verily, Signor
like the-
Ferraro's behaviour does sound full strange. But let us not think of him, but of the matter that brings you hither, Mistress Lanier. How do you fare?
Yeah, you know that gremlin Italian that keeps stopping at your door? He just keeps scuttling away whenever I see him.
It is going exceeding well.
Oh.
Verily, Dr. Foreman, I would be right content with my lot at present if it were not for the trouble I am come about this day.
Pray, tell me of this trouble, madam.
I am being proud.
Good for her.
Oftentimes in the night I see him following me home. One time methinks I even caught him looking at me through my window.
Oh,
I would
fuck.
have you tell me who this prowling man might be.
A prowler? Very worrisome. Can you describe this man to me?
Nay, for it is always at night that I spy him, and I have always been
Is
too
it
frightened for
Ferrero?
my eyes to linger upon him very long.
Then let us see what light the stars can shed upon the identity of this man who hides himself in darkness.
I feel like
Who
it's
is the
Ferrero.
man prowling Mistress Lamia?
Is a violent husband. Hopes for a reversal of ill luck he has had. No. No. Give me some. Okay, it is definitely not that. It is just her being like, hey, I'm kind of nervous. Undeclared feelings, that makes sense, is a man of authority and a master of wit. She may consider him a friend. Okay, I honestly don't think it's that one. Prowler is a violent husband. Prowler hopes to reverse the ill luck he has had with Mistress Lanier. He harbors a misguided hope that she will perform her wifey duties and resume intimate relations with him. See, I don't really think that because she's never mentioned her husband in this. She's mentioned Ferrero, who is definitely acting weird, and he always seems to come around before she shows up. So I'm assuming it's not him because she has said that she's never met the guy before. And it wouldn't be her religion. So it might be this?
The stars suggest that your prowler is a man with a talent for wit. A man who secretly harbors amorous feelings towards you. Does that sound like anyone you know, madam?
Dr. Foreman, I find your question most illogical. I cannot know of a man who harbours secret feelings for me, for indeed, if I were to know of them, the feelings would not be secret.
Are you intellectually dumb when it
let me
comes
put it
to,
another
or emotionally
Your
dumb?
friend,
Because
Mr.
I'm okay
X,
with that.
is the keen-witted man who furtively admires you. He is your prowler, madam.
Mr. S is my prowler, sir. I bid you, sir, check the stars again.
Is it not the most likely explanation, though, madam?
I assure you there is nothing likely about the unique relationship betwixt me and Mr. S. Indeed, he has too much respect for my literary mind to use me so ill. For his is a noble intellect that allows him to soar above the baser instincts of lesser men. Now, if you will not judge the stars again for me, I will bid you good day, Dr. Foreman.
Fuck! No! No! Fuck! I don't... But I don't want to... She's never met... Fuck it, whatever. I didn't say Mr. S, but...
Sir Walter Raleigh fails to find legendary Treasure City. Rumours say next rally voyage is to pot of gold at end of rainbow. Hear ye!
Oops. Well. Huh. No, that sounds like she's one of those killer nurses.
Good day to you, Mistress Sharp.
Good day, Dr. Foreman. But I am Mistress Delamere now.
Mistress Delamere? But as I recall from my case notes, let me see now, 'twas 3 years past. Aye, were you not hoping to marry a man named George Middleton?
Oh, yes. I did marry Mr. Middleton. But not long after we were wed, he fell to his death whilst taking the air atop a church belfry, struck down by his abiding love of late Gothic architecture.
Oh, my dear lady, how distressing your late husband's death must have been for you.
Aye, indeed, Dr. Foreman, so much so that my friends urged me to marry again, lest I die of grief. But now that I am once more a wife, I would not wish to be widowed anew, and John Delamere, my present husband, is also an older man. Dr.
Ma'am,
Foreman,
are you marrying
must
guys who are
tell
about to
me
die
whether
and
there
kill
be
him?
any illness he has, whether there be anything I might do to save my dear sweet husband from an early death.
Then let us see what the stars have to say.
Oh boy.
Is Mr. John Delamere troubled with any condition that may cause him to die?
Yeah, her. Alright. She has not said anything to me, so I'm gonna just say it's the throat.
Your husband suffers from quinsy, madam.
Oh, you mean to say he has a sore throat?
'Tis a trifle graver than that, madam, but, to be sure, quinsy is not fatal. To hasten your Mr. Delamere's recovery, there is a most effective treatment that you may wish to try. A moment, prithee, madam, while I consult my medical handbook. Yes. To treat quinsy, stroke the patient's swollen throat with the hand of a fresh corpse.
I am to find a dead man's hand and use it to stroke my husband's neck.
Yeah, just get your husband's. Your
I do not
ex-husband.
usually offer this treatment myself, so I will direct you to a specialist. Jack Stiles, the hangman at Tyburn. Tell Mr. Stiles that Dr. Simon Foreman sent you, and he will give you a fair price for a few minutes with one of the corpses.
I will be sure to. And that is all. My husband has no grave condition that threatens his life.
Nay, madam. Aside from the quinsy, your husband appears to be in very fine health.
Oh, my truth, how wondrous. I thank ye heartily for your reassurance, Dr. Foreman. Good day.
Oh, I can't wait to hear from the fucking Pope dude. Oh, this bitch. I love her. She has a group friendship. Honey, what did you feed to them this time?
Good morrow, Mistress Fortescue. How may I help you this day?
I did lately experience feelings of a most strange and disturbing nature, for which I desire an explanation.
I see. Prithee describe these feelings to me, madam. When did they occur?
Last eve, at a dinner party hosted by my dear friend Mistress Emma Delamere. All was well at first, but soon after my arrival I was stricken with a kind of madness.
Madness, you say?
Yes, moments during which I found myself overcome with feelings of mirth, laughing most immoderately at the dullest of remarks made by other guests. At other times, I felt an unnatural fascination with the shape of the candelabra in the table's centerpiece.
Girl, were
And
you
all the
just
while,
high?
I was so ravenous with hunger, I quite absent-mindedly ate all the sweetmeats at my end of the table. I fear my rapaciousness did not escape the notice of guests seated beside me.
Such an immoderate appetite is out of character for you, I take it. It could not have merely been occasioned by anxious passion?
Why, nay, Dr. Foreman. Forsooth, I ought to have been very calm last eve, for I did spend the afternoon inhaling the fumes of an aromatic oil, a gift from my sweet husband sent back from his explorations in the Near East.
She was
I did
fucking
mention my
high out of
husband,
her
Captain
mind.
Henry Fortescue before, I think. He is a great friend of Sir Walter Raleigh. Oh, Henry and Sir Walter find the oil most relaxing, so he tells me.
Yet you were not so very relaxed last eve, I take it.
No, not in the least. For I fear a capricious spell was cast upon me. Over the course of the evening, I
Nah,
developed
bitch,
the
you
strongest
were high
intuition
out of
that
your
the
mind
malevolent
on
forces were
opium.
present in the room, and that I had been bewitched. Could it be true, Dr. Foreman? Might a witch have cast a spell on me?
Nah.
That is something we shall have to ask the stars, madam. Let us see. What was it that afflicted Mistress Sybil Fortescue last eve at dinner?
This woman is an absolute mess, and I quite love her. Like, these potatoes, they looked there were some brown ones that looked weird, so I just took the green ones because they were crisp and juicy. We didn't cook them at all, we just ate them fucking raw. Oh, I sniffed this oil my husband sent me. Wonder what it could be. It made me high as a fucking kite. Where's the thing for the nose? No, where's the one where she was high as shit? Yeah, this one.
Now, madam, the oil your husband sent you. This was the first time you did inhale its fumes, methinks.
Yes, the shipment of gifts from my husband did only lately arrive.
Then I think we have your answer. I have read some interesting tales of such oils and herbs of the Near East. 'Tis said they occasion certain temperaments, to wit, an excessive sanguinity, which will have caused the immoderate laughter and increased appetite. They can also provoke a narrowing of the mind, which would explain your temporary fascination with the candelabra, and I believe the fumes of this oil may also have been responsible for the notion that you have been bewitched.
And the men of the Near East gain pleasure from this oil? They would render themselves foolish on purpose.
Aye, indeed. Foreigners have many strange customs and desires that we cannot hope to understand.
How fascinating! I thank you for this explanation, sir. Indeed, 'twill make for a most diverting tale with which to regale guests at my next dinner.
Yeah, guys, remember the time I went to this girl's party and I got high as shit? And fucking stared at the candelabra for like 3 hours. I like how they're like, oh, foreigners have this weird thing. They'll like take this, smell this thing and go foolishness for a while. It's just relaxing and can, depending on the use, can help. I know this because my great-grandmother on my mother's side grew opium for medicinal purposes, and yes, this is knowledge that I knew of for a while. My mom's side of the family has stories that, oh boy, if I were to write something like a memoir or ghostwrite for somebody, I would absolutely love to do it for her side of the family. It is fucked. Anyway, more so. Yeah. Man, Mika, you ate raw potatoes, uncooked raw potatoes that weren't even ripe, and got high. I love this woman. No, I don't like what this song is saying.
Good day, Mistress Allen. What brings you this day? Dear lady, you tremble like a leaf on an autumn day.
Aye, for I'm most affrighted. But Mr. Allen says he thinks I worry over naught. So I am come to you, for methinks you would. Perchance you may help me.
By my troth, Pray tell me of this evil that has frightened you, madam, and I shall do all in my power to protect you from it.
Yes, evil. Indeed, 'tis the very word for it. I have seen a dark figure prowling outside our house in the night, and once I saw him spying through my window. Who is he? What does he want from me? What am I to do?
I see. And you do not recognize his face or any other particulars? The colour of his hair, for instance?
Nay, for 'tis always so dark. But by his silhouette I can tell he is a bony, scrawny little man.
Is he verily? But your husband thinks 'tis naught to worry over, you say?
Aye, he says the man is doubtless naught but a poor travelling tinker who is merely taking shelter in our garden. Would explain why his figure is so slight, to be sure, but what if he is not a tinker? What if his purpose is more sinister?
Aye, indeed. Then let us consult the stars. Who is the man prowling outside the Allen's house in the night, and what is his purpose?
Is it bad that I think it's Ferrero? Because he's been acting fucking weird. Like, he always comes to us with, like, the weirdest of shit. He's like, yeah, I've been, like, bleeding here and all this shit. Ferrero, what are you fucking doing? If it is mine, she must reign in her. Oh, okay. Not only does Ava have deceptive nature, she's obsessed with romance and has a preference for younger men. I highly doubt that. Being pushed by God for goings from the house. That could be that. And we are changing. Huh. See, the thing is she never, if I'm remembering this correctly, the relationship started because of the miscarriage of her third child, which resulted in her, being upset, and of course, obviously, she made mistakes. It could be this, but I also don't want her. This. God, I hope I don't fuck this up.
Suggest the prowler is a secret foe of your husband. Does Mr. Allen have any gambling debts, perchance?
Odd. Methinks I see it now. Ah, 'tis you! The prowler, 'tis you!
What?
Me? How now, madam? What an outlandish notion.
So you would deny it? That you have prowled and spied upon me these last months?
Bitch, I've been
Avis,
fucking
you've
you.
got it all.
I will not have it. I am not a thing to be owned. I'm not one of your prized possessions.
I prithee, madam, put that down. Put it.
Ah!
Fie, madam. That was a priceless Venetian vase.
I already have a layer of recommendations, so. I'm fucked, aren't I?
Good day, sir. How may I? By Jupiter! Can it be true? Robert Devereux, the Earl of Essex, Lord of Her Majesty's Privy Council, a hero of the Battle of Cadiz.
Prithee, calm yourself, Sarah. Pray, treat me just as you would any other query.
Of course, as it pleases your lordship. But may I say, what a great privilege it is to... may I offer you a...
You are the man who had some success treating the plague some years past, are you not?
Oh, indeed, my lord. You are very well informed. My strong water did save many a Londoner from a most lamentable death.
Then perchance you might have some cunning cure for me as well. For since I am returned to England upon having resolved that small matter in Spain, I find myself afflicted with the most vexing ailment.
Oh, but your most glorious capture of the Spanish city of Cadiz was no small matter, my lord. All England talks of nothing else. Why, pamphlets recounting your heroic exploits are sold on every street corner in London.
Mayhap they are. I know nothing of them. My single-handed victory against the King of Spain was but a trifling affair, and the least I could do for my queen and a grateful nation. But I fear vast riches and the hearts of many a Spanish beauty were not the only things I did capture while I was there.
What else did you capture in Spain, my lord? I fear I do not
Syphilis?
grasp your meaning. If you would kindly show me where upon your body you are...
As you see, the Spanish disease I caught has me oozing a most disagreeable substance.
Methinks I have a fair idea of the nature of your affliction, but I must confirm the judgment with a reading of the stars. Let us see, what disease troubles Robert Lord Devereux, the Earl of Essex?
I don't know if I want to continue with all the fuck-ups I've been doing. My body oozes a foul substance. No. No. That sounds a bit more correct.
You have gonorrhea, my lord. 'Tis a condition provoked by an increase in intimate activities.
Too much strumpy-humpy, eh? Well, 'tis true that since news of my victory got about, every wench from Southwark to Shoreditch wants a piece of my action, as it were. And how may this gonorrhea be cured?
The most effective method is lead plate therapy. Usually this requires a man to lie in bed for many hours with a leaden plate positioned upon his privy parts, thus allowing the lead to impart its healing properties to the affected member. But, of course, men such as your lordship have no time to lie around in bed, which is why... Let me just fetch it from my cabinet. Which is why I invented this.
And that is what? Some sort of wonder jug, like the ones old men used to wear?
Precisely so, my lord. It is a codpiece that I had a blacksmith fashion out of lead. I invite your lordship to wear it under your breeches so that the lead may remain in contact with your privy member at all times. Indeed, until you are cured.
Stick your dick in this cock cage.
Verily, how
It
old-fashioned.
should be good.
I will appear as hung as old King Henry Tudor.
Oh, no. No, no, no. No.
Good day, and please come again. If you need anything at all, I am at your service.
Oh, shit. Hell yeah. No.
Avis, I did not expect to see you this evening. Do you bring news?
Aye, some very good news. At least if you confirm it for me. Methinks I am with child.
How
I was wondering when this
very
was happening.
wondrous. And, have
Hey,
you...
you! It's you!
Aye, verily, with child. But I dare not to. Forsooth. What if it be naught but false hope?
Oh,
Then
honey.
let us ask the stars without delay. Is Mistress Avis Allen verily with child?
Oh, honey. I hate that you cheated on your husband. I fucking hate cheaters. But, like... I don't know, man. Child. Oh, God. Evil angels are confusing Miss Allen with it's become clear that she is not a child. Miss Allen is aging, which is chances of a child. Her family thinks she is lazy. She feels is unworthy and creative when it comes to her marital duties. Alright, that's a little harsh. Those with a child that will die, she will experience some bad luck and miscarriage. The father of Mr. is a strong young man and she is romantically in that's my issue too, cause like she's in her 30s, and during this time, it's a lot harder to have a child, and with the amount of miscarriages she's had, it's I don't want to have false hope. I'm literally just sitting. Hey Bailey, how's it going? Oh, there's literally a guy that says, "Hey, poor player." I'm like, Avis. I need Avis. I think this is her, like, I fucked up one of her visits. Okay, alright. I'm doing good. I wasn't able to sleep last night, and I did get a bit of sleep later.
The stars confirm that you are indeed.
But I don't know if you saw the dumb video I made. It was great.
Oh, joy! Simon, is it not wondrous? You and I are to be blessed.
Hold. I am not finished. The stars also reveal the identity of the father.
There is no need to read the stars for that, for surely 'tis obvious that you...
Prithee, admit it. You have been coupling with my manservant, William.
Why, you... I warrant the stars say nothing of
no
the
worries.
sort.
It was just something dumb that I did when I couldn't sleep.
In the house of children,
And
alongside Venus,
I just was like, you know what, we'll do it. And then I crashed at like 10 in the morning, so I'm like kind of tired.
Of yours. They mean
But
nothing
other than
to
that,
me.
I'm doing pretty
For
well.
all I know, you make
How
up
about you? How are you
stories
doing?
about planets and houses and such. Why, verily, perchance you might draw up a new chart, Simon. One that tells of how the planet Avis is no longer in the House of Foreman.
You would mock me, madam? You would make a jest of my... Oh, I see. Leaving now, are you? Then you do so.
Are they giving
You
you lots of
leave.
shifts?
I bid you good day.
At least she didn't break the pot this time. Are they giving you lots of shifts? I mean, it's good to see that because it's a lot of, good stuff, but, too much and, I don't want you to get exhausted or burnt out or anything. Yeah. Usually when you work lots and you have that
Even
good
so,
first
who do I
payday,
have the pleasure of welcoming to my chambers this day.
it'll definitely
Muggs,
help.
Proprietor of Muggs Rugs down on Silver Street.
But I'm guessing this is
Wait,
just to
Nathan.
get you,
You supply wigs to
like
players, do you
before,
not?
like what we talked
I
about,
have
this
heard
was
tell
just to
of
get
your
you,
fine
like,
work from some of my playhouse
set up and
players.
everything.
I thank ye for your kindness, sir. I do hear you are very skilled at your trade.
And also maybe, because I remember you said it was your new job has the manager that you really like, so she's probably like, please, work when I work. I will give you hours.
No matter what my wife thinks.
And what is it your wife thinks?
It be her mind that I have taken naught but a chilly cold in the head. But 'tis not so, Dr. Foreman, for I ache all over. My
Oh,
throat is
projects?
grown sore and I
Our
cough day
projects.
and night.
Oh, yeah.
Day and night, you say?
Aye, Verily.
I feel kind of bad because, like, I know
see.
in the writing
Then let us
process, I was
consult the
getting
stars.
really
What
fast
does ail Nicholas
with it,
the
so
Mind?
I slowed down on it. But I'm enjoying the projects too. Okay. It's all over. Sore, cough, night and day. What ails me? It better not be goddamn witchcraft. I swear to God. Head. And then. Shortness and group. Oh, that would make sense if it was a heart stuff. Yeah, I actually can't wait for our meeting on Sunday. 'Cause it's like, here's all the stuff I've done. Need me to do more? Or should I just like hold off for a bit?
You have what is known as a cardiac passion, and the stars indicate that it cannot be cured. Henceforth, you must avoid anything that saps the vital spirits. Avoid becoming hot, cold, angry, hungry, or any overexertion in the bedchamber.
So don't fuck
Any
like
one
a
of these
madman.
visceral shocks may
Don't try to get angry.
I thank you for these instructions, Dr. Foreman. Mistress Mugg and I will take great care to abide by them.
Alright. Please, we need your shit. And now you get to be here and listen to me shout at fictional characters about their opinions on stuff that they don't know will affect people for hundreds of years later. Honestly, this game has been pretty fun though.
Good day, my lord. How may I do you service? Would it pertain to some thrilling adventure upon which you may soon be embarking?
Indeed it does. Sir Walter Raleigh and I did recently come across some intelligence concerning a
Wait, are you the husband of that girl who like
home from the New World,
went high to
bearing
that
a
party
goodly
and also
cargo
shit
of
herself with
gold?
all her friends?
Raleigh and I plan to borrow the royal fleet, which we will use to intercept the ships and seize the treasure.
The 16th century
borrow the
of
royal
Gun
navy
Girl,
Right.
except
Only
you know,
temporarily, of course. The Queen will hardly
not
know her
as
ships are gone.
not as
Indeed,
much of an
when we
ass.
return them to her bearing a handsome prize of Spanish gold, she will doubtless forgive our failure to file the correct paperwork and whatnot.
Doubtless. And how may I assist your lordship in this glorious endeavour?
Well, in order to intercept the Spanish fleet, we must know which route it is planning to take.
Okay, but can we
One
talk about this
possibility
guy's
is that
facial
it
hair?
returns to Spain, having retrieved the gold
Seriously,
from the New World
they-
southern continent. The other possibility
It's like that in the
This is the one
18th
Sir
century where
Walter
it's like,
most
we have that
likely,
down pat.
is that the gold has already been transported by conquistadors from the southern continent up to Havana.
Of course, I haven't
and the
seen a
ships
few
are
guys
effectively
nowadays that do
there.
that.
Then
Kinda
let
cool
us
when
see
they do
whether
that.
the stars can tell us upon which route the treasure ships may be intercepted on their return to Spain from the New World. Will they be
I didn't
sailing
get to see
from the
women
southern
do it, but
continent,
like,
or
I'm
from the
imagining a
Spanish
woman
colony
having
of
such
Havana?
fantastic facial hair. It's like, okay. So, what was the thing again? Are Spanish or direct from the southern New World continent? I don't think he should trust Riley's instincts. Oof. Oof. Nope. Half by gold. Ah, yes. A fine cultural legacy for future generations. I bet you if I asked any Southern American or Mexican how they felt about the fucking Spanish, I think I'd hear something completely different. But it's probably this one.
The Spanish treasure ships will take a direct route back from the southern continent, from whence the gold was Found. For it seems the treasure was discovered by the fleet's own soldiers.
Excellent, excellent. But
No,
where
they
are
just
the
stole it from people.
Pray, give me the precise day, latitude, and longitude.
Certainly, my lord. But divining nautical coordinates is a somewhat lengthy and complex process. If your lordship would kindly return in an hour or so.
Quickly, sir. I have not the time to bite your
Quickly,
breath.
sir, learn geography
well,
and give me
well
these
then,
coordinates.
let me see now. Taking into account the position of Jupiter, divide by 3, carry the 1. Yes. The Spanish treasure ships may be intercepted upon the 15th day of October at a latitude of 9 and 40 degrees north and 5 and 20 degrees west, or thereabouts. That said, however, I cannot promise you that...
Excellent. Raleigh and I shall sail to this very spot. Huzzah!
Huzzah! Godspeed, my lord.
You ever wanted to murder somebody so bad? Like, I'm not okay with this dude. His outfit is fancy as fuck, but I hate this man with a passion. Just like the other guy. Just give me a letter of recommendation. I need more.
Good evening to you, madam. How might I...
Hi. Pray go tell your master, Mr. Foreman, that Mistress Alice Blagg is come to see him.
Mistress Blagg. It is I, Dr. Simon Foreman, at your service. And what an honour it is to welcome the wife of the Dean of Rochester to my humble practice. To whom do I owe my thanks for having recommended you to my care?
Well, I will not lie. You owe your thanks to nobody. For folk do tell me that you are not a real doctor, but a quack, who does conjure demons and dabbles most unlawfully in the dark arts.
Have you been talking to Avis? She's been kind of upset.
I do assure you, madam, that whatever you may have heard, I am
Nay, do not quibble, sir. If I did seek the counsel of a doctor who has one of those fancy medical degrees, or the kind of high-bred know-it-all who does see fit to judge a woman and vex her most cruelly, I would have gone elsewhere. But
I heard
truth be
somebody,
told,
but
I have need of such a man as you, for I have been bewitched by a witch.
Highly fucking
I
doubt
see.
that, honey.
Yea, a loathsome spell has been cast upon me. It does cause me to awaken in the morning with a most terrible pain in my head. A pain so wretched it does have me chundering into my chamber pot.
pain in the head and involuntary purging. And what leads you to believe your suffering is occasioned by witchcraft?
The timing is most unnatural. My troubles do occur every Saturday morning without fail. I suspect the doings of our new neighbour, the widow McDoon. As well as being Scottish, she does possess several cats.
Alright,
Several
excuse
cats,
me.
you say?
Listen.
One or two of which I may have kicked, and now she has seen fit to take revenge upon me with her dark, foreign magic.
And she has every right to do so, you
Scotland
fucking
is well
asshole.
known for the powerful black witchcraft practiced by its womenfolk. But as compelling as this evidence
I
may
mean, she
be,
has every right to
my
curse your
practice
ass,
does
I'll
draw
say it.
from the latest scientifical arts. To
Alright,
diagnose
dude,
your condition, I must first
you
perform
read.
a rigorous astronomical analysis. So, let us see now, what do the stars say is the cause of your Saturday morning suffering?
Ma'am, you kicked her cat. If this is witchcraft, you absolutely fucking deserve it. And you should be glad she's making you purge on Saturday and not Sunday, because that'd be more worrisome for you. No, she does not sound like she is married, and I highly doubt she is bewitched. Bye.
Madam, may I delicately inquire as to whether it be the habit of you and your husband to take wine with supper? On Friday evenings, perchance? Drinking a little overmuch on occasion is nothing to be ashamed of. Many of my
You
most
just have a
respectable acquaintance
hangover?
do find that a fine French claret can be deceptively...
Oh, nay, more's the pity. My husband is a tiresome teetotaler who prefers to spend his evenings writing sermons and counting coin. He hardly ever accompanies me to the tavern on Fridays.
So you do drink?
Does he not? Well, in any case, I am much afraid that the ale you do consume upon these tavern visits may be to blame for your affliction. The consumption of strong drink can provoke an excess of black bile, which then does cause the body to purge itself the following day. I do advise you to consider...
Then I am not bewitched. But if that be true, then to poor Molly McDoon I have been most rude and unneighbourly.
You fucking
For
think you
shame.
can...
I must go to her this hour and apologise.
Hey,
Very well,
bro.
Mr. Foreman, I must bid you good day.
You kicked her cats and you're like, oh, I'm gonna blame her for being a witch. Like, bitch, fuck off. Ugh. I like this dude's intro songs.
Ah, well met, Mr. Mugg. How fare you since our first consultation?
Well, although I do still languish under that most terrible disease of the heart you did diagnose me with, I am pleased to say I have not yet died of it.
Well, that is something to be thankful for.
Not
is it
dead yet, so we're still
Indeed,
good.
You do look well.
Well, mayhap I look well now, but 'twill not be for long. I have been poisoned.
Poisoned? By the saints. Now, who is the author of this foul deed?
My friend George Sprottle, the bookbinder. I did dine with him not 2 hours ago.
Ah, I see.
Hey, Pine, you fucked
A
with
bout
me.
of evil digestion. Pray tell, was there turned meat or some such at table?
Nay, not meat. 'Twas a pie full of cherries. I had a bite of it afore I knew what I was eating.
Oh, dude, do you have
Cherries,
diabetes?
you say?
Aye, cherries. And this after I took particular care to give Mistress Sprottle a list of foods I must not eat. I added cherries to the list when I did hear that the Countess of Devonshire has declared against their noxious qualities.
The Countess of Devonshire, you say? Noxious qualities, indeed.
I
And
swear to
now
God,
your
one of my
symptoms, Mr.
clients
Mugg.
is either a
Have
serial
you any
stalker,
reaction after eating these
which is
cherries?
slightly a little
My
triggering,
reaction?
and
I reacted as any man
one of
would.
them might actually be a husband
I know
killer,
you what Mr. Sprottle
which
did then, Dr.
I don't know
Foreman.
if I should congratulate her or be like,
Did laugh at me.
you know what, you know what, I'll just do the second option where it's, you do you,
I may soon be in the grave.
I don't
thanks to
care.
George. Will you still be laughing then?
Well,
because like these guys are elderly and you just want money.
Now,
I
let us
get
see
it.
what these stars may tell us. What ails Nicholas Mugg?
Fucking life. This guy seems like the human embodiment of a chihuahua. Alright. Yeah, I don't think so. Wait, is cherry poisoning a thing? I'm gonna Google that actually. Can't Google that though. Let me just. Sorry, I am just. Oh. Oh, right. I completely forgot about that. So,
It seems you have indeed been poisoned. The cherries have provoked an imbalance of choler. You must take the antidote for cherry poisoning, which is... let me see what I have here in my cabinet. Ah, yes. Saccharum officinarum. Dissolve a pinch of these crystals on your tongue before dinner for a week.
Saccharum?
Saccharum officinarum, more commonly known as sugar.
Sugar, forsooth. I have heard tell of sugar. 'Tis a rare and fine substance, I do believe, and therefore doubtless most efficacious.
right, sugar was very uncommon now. Okay, so, first off, because I quickly Googled this, cherry poisoning is because the seeds have cyanide, so what probably ended up happening is they weren't pitted very well, so he either swallowed too many, or some of the seeds were accidentally crushed in the making of the pie. which could have caused that. But it's a small dose of cyanide, so yeah, taking the sugar, he should be fine. But why he said it was rare, and not as how we commonly see it, is because at that time, because of export and colonialism, honestly, sugar was very rare and actually came in like a rock form. And there's a lot of interesting shit that happened when sugar was introduced at this time. Like, this is the first time we've seen, like, dying from bad teeth. Like, sugar was the cause of that. It's interesting. It's weird shit. Like, if you like weird medical shit or weird things that happen because certain things were introduced to people, hidden household killers on YouTube, or hidden killers, is a great one to watch. I love that shit because it's like, here's these tiny things that were introduced to the home that not only enhanced our living, but also absolutely fucked it at the same time. It's great. Hell yeah. Please tell me FAP in that day and age meant for something else and not, I'm hoping it just clearly means fear not. But, like, my first thought was, like, masturbate not, Foreman. You are not alone. Like, oh no. I'm sorry our girlfriend broke up with us, but don't masturbate alone. We have friends.
William! There you are. Did Mistress Allen call whilst I was out this day? Nay? Not quite sure about that, are you? I see. I cannot understand it.
Can we bang the Italian chick? I like her because she's smart.
Does she no longer wish to see
Also, she's a writer, and immediately when she was saying that, I was like, hell yeah. But, like, I'm okay. Or, no, how about, the lady whose husband's friend with Walter Riley, who is just an absolute mess of a human being. Alright, I have been deprived of temperate favors, but I don't know. I highly doubt it. He keeps calling me. I also don't doubt it. She was the one who cheated. You know what? I feel like it's C. I know they said, like, oh, she's a bit homely. And, you know, who knows? She could be screwing around with a lot of people. I don't know her life. I just know her husband's not willing to fuck her, and she's just going around like, hey, I need someone to bang, so, you know.
See, the stars confirm that Avis is with child, but that she knows not who the father is. How can that be? For Mr. Allen is not able to perform. Then my suspicions were correct. Avis verily has been intercoursing with another man.
She's living her life. Lady, like, homegirl is in her 30s. She's had, like, 3 miscarriages from what the story has said. Like, this woman, of course, like, in the time is like, oh, she's unable to do her, like, wifely duties. And you know what? Now that she comes to that realization that she probably won't be able to have a kid, yeah, go for it. Her husband's upset that she can't have a kid, and she's just like, you know what? Could die at any time. I'm surprised that this... I do notice that this is kind of like a little, I guess a glitch. I don't know. Oh. I just saw I was frozen for a second. I was like, oh god. Sir, I must Avis. Thank you for resolving the misunderstanding between me and my neighbor. Fucking thank God. That poor woman. You advised me that my Saturday morning headaches and triggers are caused by... Were not caused by a strong drink. You spoke true, and for that I'm grateful, though Molly is not then the author. My suffering, she surely is now. For instance, we become friends. I mean, that's actually really sweet that you guys have become friends. I'm a little upset she still kicked her cats, though. My first thought was, what if they're secretly lesbians? And I kind of hope for that, because they became quick friends, and they go to the taverns together. And I'm like,
Good day, Mistress Lania. Much time has passed since I last saw you. How do you fare?
In truth, not well, Dr. Foreman, not well at all.
Then I am full sorry for it, madam. Pray, tell me, what manner of ill has befallen you?
First, I must beseech your pardon, sir. For methinks Mr. S. may verily be my prowler after all, as you did surmise.
Think nothing of it, madam. But what has made you change your mind about him?
I have been publicly humiliated. Mr. S. has been circulating a collection of insulting sonnets about an unnamed dark lady.
I mean, you wear black all the time.
This dark lady is me.
Well, your complexion is rather,
I always talk about her clothing.
Foul breath and black wires for hair. Though methinks the very worst line is the one that tells of a gross body rising at the utterance of my name. And I cannot abide illusions, Dr. Foreman. If Mr. S. wishes to reference bodily levitation and other such cheap stage magic, he would do well to leave my name out of it. My
Jesus
interest
Christ.
is in the dramatic arts, not fair-grounded traditions.
I am not sure that is quite his meaning.
Dr. Foreman, you know of Mr. William Shakespeare, then? Do not tell me you have read the sonnets.
Well, I own that I have. But as you did remark, madam, all of London has read them.
Why am I undone?
I'm trying to remember any
My
sonnets that
professional
are...
reputation is now
met this
utterly
lady.
spoiled. For now, the whole world will look upon me as naught but Mr. Shakespeare's fancy wench. No longer will they judge me on my own merits.
Let us hope it is not as grave as that, madam. Have you discoursed upon
Can we
the
just
matter
talk
with
about how she
No,
is just
I dare not
continuously
confront
wearing
you about
black?
it. We
Like,
almost at an end with our work on the play, and I dare not risk it.
ancient emos. We existed.
Then let us
We were there.
advise. What may Mistress Lania do to restore her professional reputation?
Punch him in the eye. No? Okay. Let's see. Was adultery, was... No, she... I don't fucking know. No. The dude's being a dick. No, she's not. We're not telling her that. Because I remember when she came, she did say she had child, and they quickly married her off to her cousin. He's confused. Hey? She has a fucking... Oh, what? She... What the shit? I mean, I guess I'd roll it. I'm like low-key looking at Walker because I'm like, I want to see the good ending.
Your only course
But I guess we get
to
the
save your
banker, which I'm
reputation
kind of
is
happy
to
with.
ignore the affair entirely. Mr. Shakespeare has gone low, and you must go high. I advise you to be as silent as the grave. The least said, soonest mended, as they say.
I'm finding myself rather lost among your metaphors, Dr. Foreman. It seems you would have me model my behaviour upon that of a mute tinker with an interest in hill climbing.
Is this guy just into married
Worry
women?
not,
I'm
Dr.
just now
Foreman,
thinking
methinks
that.
I know what you're trying to tell me. You would have me be silent on the matter, and mayhap 'twould be for the best, for what would I achieve by speaking my truth to the world? What if I were not to be believed? It would make it worse, for then I would be branded a liar, and men would make jest of it.
Unfortunately so, honey.
Do you see that, Dr. Foreman? 'Tis your neat Italian parent, Signor Ferraro. He is staring at us through the window.
Is he?
I fucking knew it!
Then
I
that is
fucking knew
time
it!
for another consultation.
Then I will take my leave now. Good day, Dr. Foreman.
I fucking knew it! Hell yeah. I like how some of these songs just absolutely diss the people coming here, like... Like, Federer, they're just like, yeah, he's kind of a stereotype and a dick. It's like,
Good day, senor, and well met.
Tis I, Riccardo Ferraro, come once again to see the great Dottore Simon
nah,
Forman.
man, you're after that,
Indeed,
Emma.
I did recognize you, senor.
Through the
How may I
window,
assist you this
for
day?
sure.
I am ill. I tell you my problems. First the problem. I do make a chandar in the morning.
Hold up.
Next the problems. My belly does swell and my chest is a most tender to the touch. And now,
Dude, are you
for the
pregnant?
most terrible of problems. I have a big fuse. One moment I do weep, and the next
I have the
curse
big
and gnash on my teeth. So, Dottore, you tell what ails me, huh? You wanna make a water into this cup? Un momento. I make a water.
Nay, not in my... prithee, hold. If you please, senor. As with our previous consultations, I shall be judging
This
your illness
dude-
by reading the stars.
This dude just opened up a medical textbook and
Nay,
was like,
senor, I have no need of it. Whilst 'tis true that most physicians do spy and sniff their patients' urine, I find this method of piss-pot diagnosis most imprecise. Indeed, the practice is quite primitive.
oh god, something I agree
But
with.
if medicine is to advance in this modern age, we must all adopt a more scientifical method. I am quite sure history will bear me out on this question.
Now let me open my star charts and see what's wrong with you, like...
This reading my diagnosis in the stars?
Precisely so. Speaking thereof, perchance we may consult
I mean,
the
it's a
stars
little
now.
cleaner than sniffing
What
your
illness
piss, my
troubles
guy.
Signor Riccardo Ferraro?
This fucking guy has opened a medical textbook and just, like, flipped to a page, closed his eyes, and, like, moved his finger on the page and then stuck it down and was like, ah, yes, today I have gonorrhea. Tomorrow I'll have hemorrhoids. Today I am pregnant. Like, what? Alright. What ails me? Alright. That actually does kind of make sense. Mattering in the breasts. Sir, I hate to inform you, your boobs are getting bigger. I mean, I can't be mad. There have been issues, or I should say issues, but there have been times in the past where men have had children. Because technology at the time wasn't as advanced as ours. You know, men had to make do with what they had. And you know what? But I don't think this guy is that. I don't think the guy is trans. I think this guy is just a fucking idiot.
Signor, you have been stricken by a condition known as apoplexy. I will have my manservant bleed you from the arm, then apply beaver musk to your nose to induce sneezing, thereby drawing phlegm away from the brain.
But my problems, they are the swollen belly, the chundering, the tenderness, and the big mood. How can it be this apoplexy?
Apoplexy
Wonder
is
where
an
he
affection
got the
of
beaver
brain which
shit
can
from.
both trick the senses and induce large moods. The star suggests this condition was given you by a witch, a most capricious witch, I warrant, for the condition has tricked your mind into feeling all the symptoms of being with child. And then it is not possible for you to be with child, Signor, unless, of course, that moustache of yours is naught but a cunning disguise. But I jest, Signor. 'Twas not my intention to doubt your manliness.
Wait, is he?
A lady who would disguise herself as a man? So silly.
No,
I think you
hun,
see too many plays
I
by Mr.
absolutely see you as a
Shakespeare,
man. You are
Ricardo
okay.
Ferraro bids you good day.
Hun, you are a man in my eyes, and if you are pregnant with child, I'm so sorry to laugh. I just thought you were dumb. Honey, I love you. Is that what, I'm getting too excited about hoping for, like, some cute gayness in here. Or, like, some queer representation, because yes. But that's just me. I crave that. There's nothing cuter than seeing the gays just being cute. Single or not, y'all are cute. I don't know if that includes me. Kinda not. But, hey, my other favorite dude. The Chihuahua Man.
Good day, Mr. Mugg. Pray tell, did the matter with the, cherries resolve itself in the end?
Those sugar crystals you gave me did work wondrous well. Verily, Dr. Foreman, methinks you should fashion this medicine into little round pills and sell them by the score. I warrant you would make your fortune.
Yes, if only I could have my querents believe that mere sugar pills were the cure for all their ills, great and small, I would be a very rich man indeed, would I not? And what may I assist you with this?
No, sir,
Mr.
you
Mugg?
absolutely
I'll have
could
the
do that. It
spotted
has happened.
fever. I must begin
Oh.
treatment now, or else I
Hold,
will...
sir. The spotted fever is exceeding rare. Why would you think you have such a disease?
Well, sir, not only am I covered all over in red spots,
This
I have lately
poor
taken to
dude.
chundering, such as are the very symptoms listed in the medical book I did read. I am already taking the treatment Mr. Cogan prescribes, but now I
You
require...
mean to say you have read Thomas Cogan's Haven of Health? Why, that is a most technical book, written for doctors and medical students. How did you come to be reading it?
My friend George Sprottle did bind a printing of it in his shop. He kindly let me spy some pages afore it was sent up to Cambridge. Oh, but Dr. Foreman, I forget myself. You have no medical degree, so you doubtless have not read it. Mayhap if I ask George nicely...
Sir, let us consult the stars.
Honestly,
and
I
see if
wouldn't
they
be
may
like,
tell us what
take it.
ails you.
I would take it. That'd be awesome. Alright, we have Gemini. No. And okay. Hypochondria. What? No, okay. No. Evil digestion. Did not sound like he had an evil digestion. Yeah.
You do indeed suffer from the spotted fever, Mr. Mugg. Now, as to your cure. Aye. It does require some uncommon ingredients that I do not keep here in my chambers at present. A moment, pray, while I write this down. Here. Take this recipe to your apothecary and have him make you up a preparation. Take a spoonful each morning until your red spots disappear.
Oh, ground up horns of a deer. And cinnamon. How very fine. And this red coral from the South Seas.
Aye, verily. Nothing but the finest of cures for my loyal querents.
It is just as well for us that I did consult Mr. Cogan's book, is it not, Dr. Foreman? On my word, my wife was very wrong to doubt him. I shall tell her you said so. One thing more, if you please, Dr. Foreman, for I feel I must give you warning. A great storm is coming. I feel it in my bones, and my bones do always speak true. You would do well to bide indoors at the first sign of wind and rain. God keep you well, Dr. Foreman.
Oh, you have that shit that sometimes happens. I had a friend in high school who had that after she broke her ankle. Yeah, it's so weird where he can feel the pressure. Basically, if you broke an ankle or like broke a bone, and after it's healed, of course, you can feel the pressure or the change in pressure, air pressure, which is cool. That's actually really cool. Ah!
Good morrow, Dean Blagg. How fare you this day?
Well, Dr. Foreman, I must own that I do not fare well.
I
For
fucked
my
up.
recent investments have left me in a rather vexing financial position.
Verily, that is to hear.
Aye, Sir Walter Raleigh's quest for El Dorado failed most woefully.
I deleted my save
His
file
ships
just to
returned with
beat
naught
this.
but a few sacks of worthless root vegetables. I cannot fathom it. We are Englishmen. We do not eat vegetables. I do wish you had forewarned me, Foreman.
Indeed, 'tis a pity the stars were not more forthcoming.
Oh, but that is all by the by. For you will be pleased to know that I put my remaining fortune into a new venture so assured of success that I will make all my money back and more.
Assured, you say? How very reassuring.
I have invested in an expedition to intercept a fleet of Spanish ships carrying gold back from the New World. For this expedition, Sir Walter Raleigh will be joined by that famous military genius, Robert Devereux, the Earl of Essex. So success is virtually guaranteed. There is but one small worry, however.
Ah, only one?
Aye.
I don't think he's
'Tis
getting
that
all the
Raleigh and
letters.
Essex set sail full 2 months past, but there is yet no tidings of them. Such silence is a trifle vexing. Have they yet captured the Spanish treasure ships? Surely no ill has befallen them.
A most vexing mystery indeed. Let us see whether the stars can tell us what has become of this expedition.
So we must be patient.
Wondrous tidings! Your family's fortune is soon to be restored, and you may thank
Let's fucking
God
hope.
for it, for it was he that inspired you to invest in such a well-led expedition. Raleigh and Essex have come upon the Spanish treasure fleet, and a violent battle off the coast of Spain is being waged this very hour.
Verily, blessed day! O Heavenly Father, I give thanks unto thee for both thy mercy and thy business savvy.
It's not enough. Not enough. Wow, okay, that's fucking rude. She could have had issues.
Good day, Mistress Lanier. Pray, come in and take comfort by the fire. The wind is fierce and cold this day.
Did you see him this time, Dr. Foreman? He did it again. He ran off the moment he saw me.
See who, madam?
Your patient, Signor Ferraro.
Ah, verily? Indeed, I was expecting him to come for the consultation this day. But he changed his mind and ran off, you say. Huh, how very mysterious.
Truly, 'tis as if all men are determined to use me ill.
Surely not all men, madam. I, for one, remain most devotedly at your service. My dear lady, I do not need to read the stars to see that something grave has befallen you. Pray, tell me what it is.
Yesterday I did meet with Mr. Shakespeare to discourse upon our new play, which is to open this week at the theatre in Shoreditch. But though I was determined not to confront him about the sonnets he wrote about me, 'twas difficult to hide the heaviness I did feel in his company.
I can well imagine, madam.
So then, well, he remarked upon my dark humour, to which he said to me, Emilia, your pretty brow does furrow, so I will kiss it smooth.
And I sense that you did not receive this well?
Indeed I did not. Forsooth, I was so enraged by this, I reversed my flag.
Alright, you have a good night. See you.
Ah,
I will.
Whereon he rose
I'll
from
probably
his
go through
throne,
this
declaring
again,
I was most
just to
ungrateful
try
and
to get the
unworthy
full,
wench in all of Christendom,
the
and
good
then
ending.
He flew out of the tavern
Yeah, have a good night.
like a bat from out the gates of hell.
a most vivid image, and no doubt most apt. And men who work in playhouses are prone to indulging in such melodrama, of course. Why so many ladies care for such men in preference of those employed in solid, stable professions, I shall never understand.
And if only that were all. For this morning I saw a bill advertising our play posted on a wall in my street. It bears his name and not mine.
I kinda
Really?
caught that.
Surely not. Mayhap there has been some error made.
Nay, Dr. Foreman, 'tis no error, for I rushed to the theatre to see what was amiss, but I was refused admittance. Indeed, the player who came to the door denied all knowledge of my collaboration on the play. Methinks Mr. Shakespeare is exacting his petty vengeance upon me for rejecting his sly suit by denying me credit for my work. And he means to deal with me by pretending
so he's
I
an
do not
incel.
exist, as if I were a ghost. Or is it he who has become the ghost? In truth, I am not yet sure how that metaphor should work.
What
Same.
monstrous perfidy! Pray tell me what I might do to punish this wretched scribbler. Though I am not adept with a sword, I do have a book that instructs in how to command nefarious spirits.
Oh, prithee, sir, I am come not in search of vengeance, but to seek answers. As you know,
Read
I have
my
been
horoscope so I can
ill-treated by
understand what the
husband,
fuck
and
is
now I
going
am
on.
betrayed by Mr. Shakespeare. Pray, read the stars and answer me this, Dr. Foreman. Will I ever be able to trust, even love, a man again?
I mean, honey, you could go gay. Oh, wow. There was... Oh. Oh. The signs are like, Alright, okay, fuck off with this. I don't think she's into you, my dude. I like how she's like, I don't know if I could ever love a man again. I'm just here like, honey, go gay.
Your
It's
question of
fine.
whether there yet be a man in this world worthy of your trust and affections. Forsooth, I have never seen an arrangement of stars that speaks so clearly.
Verily, then pray tell what answer does
The
it?
constellation was in the shape of a middle finger. They told you,
need not be divined by reading the stars. It may be read in the signs you see before you now. To wit, the answer you seek is right in front of you.
Oh,
I'm
come
afraid I
on.
do not follow, Dr. Foreman. 'Tis your feather quill, a half-eaten apple. Your desk is a little untidy, and I must confess the symbolism in Flemish still life painting has always quite confounded me. Take a skull, for instance. What sense does a skull make alongside a bowl?
Oh.
Well, no. 'Tis clear to me now. Your face was always hid in shadow, but 'tis you, Mr. Foreman. You are the man who has been prowling me these last months.
Are we just playing a guy?
Loveliest Amelia, allow me to profess to you my undying admiration for your charms, which are not insignificant.
Bruh, your girlfriend broke.
Foreman. Fie, you of all men to betray me thus.
Hey, hon, you have every right.
I now see the answer. For I know now never again to trust a man to guide me. Henceforth, I shall write under my own name, and when there are decisions to be made, I shall take my own counsel and make my own judgments.
Hell yeah, love to hear that.
Methinks I do at last understand that prediction you made for me some years ago, Dr. Foreman. The one about how belief is required if I am to succeed. 'Tis a belief I must hold not in the inevitability of my own personal success, but of the successes of the women who will come after me.
I like this
Farewell,
woman.
Dr. Foreman. And clean your desk. Verily, it is quite disgusting.
Clean your shit. Okay, that was fucking creepy, my guy. Her, love her. She is also fucking brain dead, and I love her, but I also highly respect her. But also, good on her for seeing, like, this bullshit and being like, nah, this is not okay, go fuck yourself. All y'all can go fuck yourself. Ugh. Mood. Alright, but I have allowed. Sir, I must thank you for your diligent care of my husband Nicholas, your efforts to disabuse him of his fanciful notions are much appreciated by his family. Please continue to speak true to him that he may one day come to his senses and peace may be restored to our household. Your parents' long-suffering right. Yeah.
Good day to you, young sir, and well met. You are Lancelot Moore of Middlesex, are you not? What an honour it is to welcome a son of the great house of Moore to my humble consulting chambers.
'Tis indeed I, Lancelot Moore. I will own it. But hear this. My family is ignorant of my designs in coming here, and I wish them to remain so. Which is why I come to you, Mr. Foreman, for methinks you are not such a man who would ever find himself in the company of a family such as ours.
You may count upon my discretion, Mr. Moore. And what is the matter that brings you this day?
'Tis that my family wish me to marry my wretched cousin Barbara.
And I take it you would not wish to comply?
Nay, I verily would not. Cousin Barbara is a vile little minx. She loves nothing more than to sport with me and play cruel japes. Last Christmas,
but I
she
do
even
know
hid a
that-
dead mouse in my mince pie.
Okay, that's
The lady
actually
does
awful.
seem most spirited.
The lady? Oh, pish. Cousin Barbara is hardly a lady, for she is not 14 years of age. Unnatural to ask a grown man to wed a child.
I
Indeed
agree.
it is.
I agree.
'Tis my belief
Get
that
out.
in these
Out.
enlightened
No.
times we should consider...
Run.
Verily, Barbara be damned. My heart belongs to a true woman, not a freckled, scrawny slip of a girl. A full-blossomed woman.
A woman, you say?
I, Marion, my other cousin.
I see.
Marion. Smiling are her shapely charms. Oh, to lie, if not to die, in Marion's arms.
My cousin got some massive big ass
So
titties. I
sweet her
want that
face.
over.
Oh, how
the
I
fucking-
yearn for her embrace. In me she hath such passion stir.
Mood.
I pray for death and would be martyred if from her I be thus parted. And so you see, you must help me forestall this wretched marriage so
And
that I
this
might
is how
wed
we
my
got the
sweet
Habsburg
cousin
job.
Marion. Mr. Foreman? Mr. Foreman?
That guy is
Yes,
clocked
indeed.
right the fuck out.
Let us see what the stars advise. how might Mr. Moore avoid this marriage to his cousin Barbara?
Run. Just run. Ew, no. Oh. Oh, oh no, no. Ew, I hate that. He still doesn't want to marry her despite coming of age. God of War, I highly doubt he wants that. Yeah, I think both of them are agreeing that, like, nah, they're not meant to
It is
be.
apparent you do not wish to marry your cousin Barbara, but have you considered whether she wishes to marry you?
Nay, but I cannot think why she would not want to marry me. I am exceeding eligible.
She's
Doubtless
fucking
you are,
14.
Mr. Moore. But do you not think her unkind japes may indicate she harbors some
Resentment.
some degree of malice towards you?
Mayhap you are right. I did find a toad in my bed Thursday last. 'Tis as if Barbara were possessed by a demon.
Very
She
possibly.
probably can't
And
say
thus
what
possessed,
she's feeling.
She may be distracted and not wholly aware of your fine qualities.
I don't think she
advise you
wants
to
to.
simply bide your time. For the stars suggest she is a cunning maid who plans to thwart the marriage using a method of her own devising.
Verily?
Smart cookie.
Then I will leave it all to Barbara, as you advise. But it shall be on your head if I'm forced to marry her, Mr. Foreman.
Nah, you'll be able to marry your big titty cousin in no time.
Hear ye, hear ye. Spanish Armada nears English coast. Nation prepares for invasion whilst Queen searches for missing navy. Hear ye.
Spanish ships near our shores, the Queen's ground troops prepare for what promises to be a blood-soaked slaughter of Englishmen by continental Catholic savages. Fuck right off. With England's coast being undefended, experts predict Spanish ships will be sailing up the Thames to London within days. Sources of the royal court say the Queen is more than a little vexed by the absence of the Royal Navy, which experts describe as lost. I'm so glad we no longer live in this time, because if they caught me with my little Luna and were like, you're a witch because you have a black cat, I'd be like, you know what? Either A, I'm gonna run away, or I'm gonna fucking kill you all. You are not hurting my cat. She is a
Blessed
child.
even, Dr. Foreman.
Mistress Payne, what brings you in such weather? 'Tis most dangerous to be about in it.
Oh, it takes more than a little wind and rain to forestall me from doing the Lord's work. Besides, foul weather is naught but God's righteous vengeance upon London for the sinful debauchery of its inhabitants.
You included.
To think what northerners get up to of an evening.
Pray heed me carefully, Dr. Foreman, for 'tis on a most pressing matter that I am come. Doubtless you have heard the news. The Spanish Armada does sail once again towards England's shores. It seems this latest Armada was most unexpected.
Well,
No one
as 'tis
expects the
oft said,
Spanish
No one
Armada.
expects the Spanish Armada.
It is very grave this time, for I have
He's
heard tell
creepy,
that
but
our
sometimes we
own
share the
ships are
same
far away at
brain
sea,
cell.
and with our coast
Which I can
undefended,
respect.
a Catholic horde
For
may
so much.
soon be sailing up the Thames to slay us all.
Aye, our situation is most grave indeed.
I'm
But
not mad.
What would you have me tell you, Mr.
Kind of
Payne?
want it to
I
happen,
wish
but
to
I don't
know
think
whether
it
the
did.
English fleet will arrive home in time to defend our shores, or might we ordinary folk be compelled to take up arms to defend ourselves? Dr. Foreman, are you ready to beat off the Catholics, come what may?
Am I ready to beat off the... prithee, madam, let us pray the need never arises. perchance the stars will offer us some reassurance. Will the Royal Naval Fleet return home in time to defend England from the Spanish Armada?
Okay. Navy passing to the this guy pursued. It's the fucking truth though. Confusion. If I know anything about English history, is that the only time they will take up arms when somebody comes to invade them is if it's them themselves that are fighting. So if there's a civil war, they'll probably do it and have a better chance of fighting and losing against each other than anything up until this point in the game, in history-wise. We'll see. I don't remember much because battles aren't my historical expertise, but I'm just like, if I remember correctly, I don't want to remember correctly. But they do to the Silver Sailors. Catholic. Sure.
We know
Pray
along here,
the
Mrs.
Catholic
Payne,
away.
the Spaniards are soon to be thwarted. Although the Armada does near our shores, its progress is slow. For, according to the stars, the sailors are most idle in nature,
Oh, yes, 'tis a trait oft remarked in continentals.
and they will be punished for this sin of sloth, for their lives are soon to be taken by a most deadly event.
Glory be! And what nature of event might this be? How will England achieve this glorious victory? A fierce sea battle won by our mighty warships? A triumphant charge of our cavalry brigades?
Well, England will use her. Let me see now.
See, if you see
yes.
the fuckery
These
of
southern
what America
continentals
is
will
like
be
right
struck
now,
down
you
by
can kind of
England's most
see it
terrifying
in
weapon of all.
16th century
our
Britain and how this
lamentable
has
weather.
stated well
Button down
past.
your hatches and wrap up warm, Mistress Payne. A violent storm is coming.
On the Southern Council, you gave me the relation to my horror cousin Barbara, whom my parents did wish me to marry, as you did predict. The wretched little fiend did at length contrive a method of ending her engagement. She has run off with Earl. Girl, you're 14. I mean, I totally get it. You don't want to marry your cousin, but girl, you're 14. Yeah, what's funny about some of these people, it's like, wow, yeah, we haven't changed. This guy sees everything that is, like, potentially about to kill you, and he's like, yeah, no, I won't eat it if it causes, shit. God, his poor wife. This guy is scared of literally everything.
Tomorrow, Mr. Mugg. Back again so soon. And yet your red spots do seem to have faded.
Aye, of the spotted fever I am cured, for, as he remarked, those spots have near vanished, and no new ones are appearing. But my wife does swear they were the work of fleas, and she beat the rugs and banished the dogs from the house to rid us of them. She'll be beating and banishing me next if she has her way.
Well, I am glad to hear you are faring better. What brings you this day?
I have a humoral imbalance, and need treating for it.
A humoral imbalance, you say? Well, 'tis true that an imbalance of humours can affect a man's mood. For instance, an excess of black bile, which is a cold, dry humour, can provoke feelings of melancholy, whereas yellow bile is
hot and dry. I thank ye for the explanation, Dr. Foreman, but I did learn all about humours when I took supper with my friend, Mistress Ollingworth. She has a humoral imbalance and takes medicine for it. Hence, I am come this day for medicine to treat my own imbalance.
I see. And what mental symptoms are you experiencing? Any unusual or troubling feelings?
Why, very troubling. Why, I find myself fretting and pacing all the day long. Even my wife has remarked upon it.
Have you come here for pettings and to scream?
Pray tell, did these feelings begin before or after you spoke with your friend Mistress Ollingworth?
Let me see now. After, methinks. Aye, after. Why? Does that matter?
Yes, quite possibly. But let us see what these stars do have to say.
Do you want me to move
What
the water
humoral imbalance does ail my querent Nicholas Mugg?
Are you gonna fight the controller? Sorry. I'm getting slightly distracted by my cat. I'm like, oh, you're doing pretty good. You're still on the keyboard, but okay. I think we're good. We have something. I'd laugh if it was constipation. But it probably isn't. Okay, sure, whatever.
Have you a diagnosis yet? This day I am to dine with Mistress Ollingworth, and I wish to tell her all about it.
Sounds like my family.
You
Or like
have
my
a
dad's side of the
choleric
family.
temperament brought on by a minor
Just sit around the
imbalance
table
of
and
yellow
talk
bile.
about what's wrong with
It does
us.
often
Like,
induce feelings of irritability and impatience in the
Wonder
sufferer,
why we can't-
and in severe cases, it
Mainly
can
it's like
provoke outbursts of
my
anger.
dad and his sisters will talk about what's wrong with them, and it's like, wow.
We must counter the excess
It
of
is
this
literally a
hot, dry
pissing
humour
contest
with
on
wet
who
and
has it
cooling
worse.
elements. Take this powder of violets and salt and boil it in some water. Then you must drink the infusion once it is cooled.
I thank ye for this medicine, Dr. Foreman. But may I trouble you for twice the dose of it? For if the symptoms be what you say, I think my wife had best be taking it as well.
Sure. Oh. My head is kind of in that. So, if you've never had, if you don't know about like ADHD or some of the symptoms, there's like one of the things where, like a brain fog. It's common with other mental illnesses, but a brain fog essentially. What's the best way to describe it? It's like you're in your car and you have the headlights on, and it's the worst like storm you've seen. You can't see past like the nose of your car, but every time and I say like a storm, like a snowstorm or rain. Every time it's like your windows are cleared off, you can see, and it seems like everything is clear, but like soon the storm comes in and covers everything off. So I kind of have a bit of that today, which I'm not surprised. So, and that's why I'm not as talkative, and I'm not as like, oh, haha, let's just, do all this. I really should have just been going, Alright. Let's get to the next one. You know what? It seems like we're almost done, so let's just see. Right, the bullshit between the Catholics and the Protestants. They really hit home on that one. They're like, yeah, no, he's gonna stick up his ass. He deserves fuck
Sirrah,
all.
I have dire need of your counsel.
Pray calm
Okay.
yourself, sir, and tell me of this urgent affair.
Oh, verily, 'tis most urgent. A fair maiden has my heart, a maid with hair of shining gold and eyes so blue the finest sapphires grow pale with envy. But she is a most pious and demure in nature, and has many other suitors. How might I win her favour?
Golden hair? But in our last consultation, let me see here in my notes. Ah, yes. You told me your heart belonged to a maid with hair of onyx black that doth make the finest ebony go grey with envy.
You mean my cousin Marion? Pish! That was naught but a childish fancy.
God
I
damn
bid
this
you,
dude.
Foreman, pray focus on the matter at hand. For if you do not help me win my true love's favour, my bursting heart will tear asunder.
You have
My
a new
soul
true
will
love
wither
every
unto-
week.
Aye, as you will. Let us see what,
What?
guidance can be had from the stars. How may Lancelot Moore win the heart of this golden-haired maiden?
Change your change your religion quickly. Should love you for that. Religious. I highly doubt it. I mean, it's all wrong. Yeah, sure. Just be like, I have all this money. Becky, let me
the
smash.
fiercest rival for the maiden's favour is one of our father's business partners. He is a deceitful knave who tells the father lies. You must best him by telling even greater lies. Tell her father you are much wealthier than you verily are, and he will surely favour your advances.
A father's business partner, you say? But is he not? Oh, God's teeth! The man is her uncle. If he seeks to wed his niece, I do not think it right. Fie, 'twould be very wrong. I will go to her father and tell him it is better he favour me than bestow his daughter's hand on his own brother. I bid you good day, Foreman, for it is most urgent that I deliver the poor girl from such an unnatural fate.
You were about to marry your cousin. Oh. Sometimes I get hit with the reminder that the fucking elite did this, used to do this. I wouldn't be surprised if they still did this. But, ew. 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 What? What sink are we
Good day,
talking
Mistress
about?
Black. What brings you?
Oh, Dr. Foreman, I have worked myself into such a state that I have urgent need of you.
Oh, you have you? Well then, let me just,
Yea, I have urgent need of your counsel. I am certain that my husband Blarg is hiding a shameful secret from me. As you doubtless did note from my flushedness of face and heaving of bosom, I burn with the fever of suspicion and curiosity.
Indeed, I did remark a fever upon your person, and wish fervently that I may bring it to a speedy resolution. Let us see. What is this secret that your husband, Thomas Blarg, hides from you?
Alright, what is he hiding? Is he inherit wealth? Serves his wife and family well through his frugal management of their affairs. Nah. Intelligence. I see. Yes. Impressed by my authority. What? Secret relates to sun transformation fortune. Surely this refers to the Spanish treasure expedition I invested in. Could be right to know. Business instincts are misdirected. Has been carelessly optimistic. That kind of actually makes sense. No. Okay. No. B kind of makes sense because everybody was like, oh, yes, El Dorado,
I fear
City of
the
Gold.
secret your husband hides is a sudden transformation from wealth to pauperdom. for he has been careless with your family's finances by making a series of bad business investments.
Looks a mercy! The oil-brained chump has ruined us! Upon my virtue, I can hardly bear to think on it. Nay, I cannot even. Say, is that medicinal wine I spy on the shelf behind you, good sir?
Let me have it.
A dose of it. Simon makes a fine figure when he reads the stars wisely. Mayhap I stay a while and take wine and a little else with him.
Yeah, okay. I'm not a fan of her, but alright. Wow. Alright. Kinda not surprised.
Mistress Delamere.
Good day, Dr. Foreman. It is Lady Dyer now. I remarried after poor Mr. Delamere.
Jesus Christ!
Really? Oh, I am full sorry to hear of your husband's demise, my lady.
In truth, the circumstances of his death trouble me still. For my husband was hanged, Dr. Foreman.
By the saints, he was?
Aye, indeed. For I took him to the hangings at Tyburn, as you advised, to cure his quinsy with the hand of a fresh corpse. But there was some confusion with our transport, and my husband somehow found himself in the same part as the men who were to be hanged.
How did you fuck?
Night, we could not make the hangman heed our protestations.
On my word, I did never hear of so tragical an error. Oh, what a ghastly business. You must have been...
This woman
Yes, I was.
is on
So I hope
a
you will
mission.
understand why I worry for the health of my new husband, Lord Dyer. Mayhap 'tis not at all.
And yet you would wish to know so that you may rest easier. Why, of course, my lady.
Ah, yes.
Pray,
What is the best
describe
way I
Lord
can kill
Dyer's
my
troubles to
husband?
me, no matter how trifling they may seem to you.
Well, I have noted that my husband awakens many times in the night to make water. Mayhap 'tis the reason why he tires so easily during the day. And he does oft complain of thirst and hunger, even after meals.
Frequent urination, tiredness, dog-like appetite, and thirst. Be there anything else?
There is also a small wound on his hand. It does not appear grave, yet it has not healed, even though it be some weeks since he cut himself.
A wound that will not heal. Then let us see what the stars have to say. Be there any grave illness troubling Mr. John Delamere?
Methinks you mean Lord Henry Dyer, Dr. Foreman.
I beseech your pardon, my lady. What illness troubles Lord Henry Dyer?
She's fucking taking her stuff and learning and like using it to murder her husbands. Oh. Okay. Yeah, diabetes does sound like it. He's not bewitched. No, that actually does sound like diabetes.
It seemed Lord Dyer
Oh
suffers
God,
from
she's a,
diabetes. 'Tis a grave case of it, I am afraid.
she's gonna fucking shove sugar down his
Really?
face.
Then how am I to keep my husband from dying of it?
Well, the consumption of lettuce seeds and barley water can help. And you must not allow him to take honey or sweetmeats.
She's gonna fucking shove those down his
I am
throat.
a little concerned about the wound on his lordship's hand, though it be minor. It is the diabetes that prevents it from healing.
Oh, then what should be done about it?
Take Lord Dyer to a barber surgeon, where he may have leeches applied to his wound. This will draw out the corrupt blood to hasten the healing. But prithee, be sure that your husband never cuts himself again. For the corruption of blood such cuts occasion in a sufferer of the diabetes, well, They often
This guy's gonna fucking die at a barbershop.
Then
There's
I
gonna be
shall
some
do precisely as you advised, Dr.
fucking
Foreman.
Sweeney
I
Todd
thank you
shit right
heartily,
here.
sir. Good day.
Good lord. Oh god. Have I not picked all her right ones? Please. No. Alright, that's fine.
Good day, Mistress Allen. I hear a child was lately born to you. I trust he is well.
Yes, indeed. God has favoured us with a healthy boy.
Wow, looks like all that banging has
Blessing to
worked
Mr.
out.
Allen and me. And we pray he remains so. That is, that this child remains in good health. And as I do ail of something, normally I would not have come, but methinks 'tis best I am treated, for the sake of Marmaduke, lest he take ill from me.
You named your kid Marmaduke?
Then pray describe
Okay.
your troubles to me, Mistress Allen.
Well, in truth, it is but a cough, but
Did you get your kid
indeed at first
vaccinated?
I thought 'twas naught but a chilly cold, but 'tis many weeks now, and it lingers still.
Oh wait, that wouldn't be invented yet.
Forsooth, I am afeard it does grow worse.
Many weeks, you say? Aye, that is most concerning. Let us see what the stars have to say. What ails Mistress Avis Allen, and how may she be cured?
No, I'll take the logical option.
Before I complete my judgment, madam, I must ask a question of medical relevance. Who is the true father of your...
God mend me, Simon! You would plague me with your suspicious fancies even now, in my very hour of need. Have you no
Wow, I
thought
hate
for
her.
my son and my...
All these people in this game are just terrible
I am
people.
full sick of your jealous delusions.
Bitch!
Verily, I should never have come. I will bid ye good day now, Simon.
But would you not wish to know what ails you?
I would. Which is why I will be finding myself another doctor.
Bitch! 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 This is why you don't. This is why you don't stick your dick in crazy, people. This is why you don't stick your dick in crazy.
Good day, Signor Ferraro. How may I do you service?
How may you do me service, huh? This is the question, is it not? I do hear you offer many different services, huh? Not just in medicine, for you are a dottore of a special kind. One who gives answers to all the problems, see?
Forsooth, 'tis true, Signor. In my practice, I endeavor to treat the whole man. Mind, body, soul. The location of his missing household items. All are connected at a holistic level. I take it this time you are come about a problem that does not pertain to a
He
bodily
really is
complaint?
one of those essential oil
These are my
moms.
mama. She does worry night and day. She say, Ricardo, you must go to the wise man who reads the stars and have him tell you what your future holds. I say, Mama, if it'll make you happy, I will go to Signor Foreman and ask him.
I see. And is there any particular reason for your mother to be thus concerned? Be you faced with some kind of imminent danger?
A particular reason, you say? Nay, Signor, she needs no reason to worry. Mia madre is an Italian mama.
Ah, yes, of course.
You see now, huh? She is not like these London mamas who make the children live in a cupboard with the dog.
Well, then mayhap the stars might offer your devoted mother some comfort. What does the future hold for Ricardo Ferraro
Right, I
and his
forgot.
mother?
Animal rights came before human rights. Alright. Perceptions. That does kind of make sense. Nah, I'm kind of like an A, because A is like, nah, he's being
I am sketch.
sketch.
afraid these stars reveal information of a most disturbing nature.
Very?
Aye. When you first came to me, you did tell me that you worked in trade. And yet my chart very plainly indicates that you are an authority figure, connected with a learned institution over which you hold a position of responsibility. Indeed, it would seem that you are not who you say you are. Do you deny it, Signor?
Oh, Sirrah! You would accuse me of calling myself something I am not?
Yes.
Look at you, Sirrah, a charlatan who would call himself a doctor. You are naught but a pretender.
Fie, sir. It is you who are the pretender. For 'tis clear you are not the merchant of Venice you pretend to be. Who are you? What is your true name, sir?
You will know it in time, Sirrah, for we shall meet again. I bid you good day, Dr. Foreman.
Aw, shit. Aw, shit. I don't think he was going to give me that letter of recommendation anyway. Sir, it was much sorrow that I write to inform you the death of my dear wife, Avis. These past 2 days, her new doctor could not save her, even though he held a medical license and was thus highly skilled. Although you are no longer my wife's doctor, I am grateful for the kindness you have shown Avis over the years, and I know she was too. Indeed, she spoke of you in her final words saying, "Oh, Simon, forgive me, Simon," or something like that. Ooh. Doubtless this expression of guilt was in reference to a bill of your service that she had yet settled. How like my poor wife to have been thinking of her obligations to others until her very last breath. I enclose the missive sum of 1 shilling and beg you forgiveness for the late payment. Oof. Oof. But she kind of got it in the end. Like, I hate to say it, but like, I'm starting to learn like everybody here was just, I mean, I shouldn't say I'm starting to learn. I kind of knew that everybody in this game was terrible people, but like Avis definitely had it coming. I hope the child is okay, but like, yeah, karma did kind of come bite her real hard in the ass. It's like, yeah, here's your kid. You're not gonna live long enough for him to remember you.
But why did you not let me save you, Avis? Why did you entrust your precious life to another doctor? An ignorant impostor who knows not how to read the stars to judge an illness. Oh, my beloved Avis. Why did you die before I had the chance to...
Jeez. I mean, after all this bullshit he's been through, I do kind of feel bad for him. Alright, what's up? Death of Avis. Careless behavior. Need for not having more. No, I think you guys... He was a bit dumb, so I don't really blame him for that. Anxiety. Her child does make sense. No. this one?
Perchance even I might not have had the power to save her. Avis was so fragile, and yet so strong was her will to be a mother. She sacrificed what remained of her vital spirits to bear and nurture her child. Oh, Avis, how I wish I had been there to comfort and care for you in your final hours.
I mean, yeah, I think that would have been good for you, at least for the two of you, for the closure, but I mean, she came at you with, like, a shit ton of accusations, and I'm just like, nah. I guarantee if this guy was in the modern age and he just read some, like, random shit on the internet, he would be like all those people we see today. At least this way he's kind of like, no, I think I have shit. And it's like, well, I highly doubt it, but okay. Sure, we'll see.
Good day, Mr. Mag. What brings you?
But he
I am
believes
exceeding
way
ill,
too much.
Dr. Foreman. Verily I am. And you know my wife. She is refusing to hear anything about
Your
it.
wife is fucking
But another of
done
your
with your
delusions,
shit.
Nicholas, she says. She will not even look at it.
Look at what? Oh, I see. You may pull up your breeches now. Pray let me examine you more closely. Raise your chin, if you please. Now, loosen your garter and remove your stocking. I am afraid this verily is grave. Most grave indeed.
Tis? Verily?
I believe so. But we must have it confirmed by the stars. Let us consult them now. What explains these swellings that have arisen on various parts of Nicholas Mugg's body?
That actually sounds more correct. Oh, those are pustulas. Oh, that's plague. I'm sorry, that's
You are
plague.
gravely ill with the plague. It is oft fatal, but you are in good hands. For during the Great Plague of '92, I was able to save many a soul from the grave with my famous strong water. A moment, if you please, while I retrieve it from my cabinet. But, sir, unhand it, sir. The dosage is very precise. You must not... nay, not the whole bottle. Ye gods, man, what have you done?
Methinks.
Yeah, you drank a whole thing of fucking
well,
medical.
A fatal dose. Alas, I am sorry for it, sir, but you were never meant to drink so much of it. Oh, may God forgive me.
Nay, do not blame yourself, Doctor. Thank ye heartily, for at last all shall know. My wife, my friends, how wrong they were, and how I did speak true.
His wife
William!
is probably
William!
super happy.
Curse it, where is that feckless manservant of mine? William! Go forth and fetch the vicar!
Jesus Christ, the man literally just said, "Nah, fuck it, I'm dying. I'd rather die than have the plague." I mean, you know what? He probably was going to do it either way.
Mr. Foreman, you have been called before this assembly of the College of Physicians to answer the charge of practicing medicine without a medical license. What have you to say in your defense? Would you deny practicing medicine, sir?
Why, no, I would not deny it. My practice is well known. Indeed, since I helped cure the plague of '92 with my strong water...
Then you admit you have committed this most grievous offence.
Well, 'tis true I'm not technically licensed, but I fail to see how...
You fail to see? Then permit me to enlighten you, sir.
Dude, let me fucking talk for 5 minutes, you asshole.
Assures the residents of London that a physician has the necessary education and skill to treat them. By practicing without qualification, you have not only broken the law, you have endangered the lives of your patients. Indeed, we have received reports that a man by the name of Nicholas Mugg, a wig maker of Silver Street, has lately died under your care.
Aye, well, that was most lamentable, but not my fault, sir. Mr. Mugg took a far greater dose of my strong water than I advised him to.
He literally
chose the
chugged
dosage
it.
himself. In truth, one might say that the cause of death in this instance was, well, Nicholas Mugg practicing without a medical license.
Silence, Mr. Foreman!
Which is actually
Your
very true.
impudent japery may well be suffered by your patients, but it will not be tolerated here.
I do apologize, Mr. Smith.
Besides the death of this patient, we have gathered ample evidence of your malpractice, Mr. Foreman. Indeed, we have had this illegal operation of yours under observation for quite some time.
'Twas you, Riccardo Ferraro, the merchant from Venice. All along he was you, Richard Smith, the Queen's royal physician. Then I take it, Mr. Smith, you are unsatisfied with the medical care I gave you?
Sir, we are well aware of your occult practices. What you so boldly call medical care.
Not gonna
is
lie, I'm
no
really
device
enjoying
conjured
this,
up by
even
means
if I'm
of
not
dark
saying a whole
magic.
lot. I'm just like,
You have no understanding of physic or
it's
astrology.
quite fucking dumb.
But my knowledge of both physic and astrology is unparalleled.
If that is so, then doubtless you will happily submit to having your knowledge examined before this assembly.
Yeah, okay. So sun. That is not astrology. Phlegm is cold and moist. Scorpio, because apparently they want a Bengal law.
Silence! Simon Foreman, it is apparent your answers were given to you by demon spirits that you have been communing with under the table. Constable, shackle this man and take him from hence to jail.
But, sir, this is most unjust. Pray afford me the chance to unhand me, you rogue.
Jesus. Like, I get it, he would have... Oh, sorry, I'm happy to inform you that I've secured your release from jail by the way of my friendship with Mrs. Maud Smith, wife of the President of College of Physicians. We have... Oh, cool. We have contrived to have her husband believe you enjoy a favor of John Whitegift, the Archbishop of Canterbury, and that the Archbishop plans to grant you medical license. Oh, nice! But while you'll be freed this day, our ruse will not hold for long, for Maud says the college intends to write to the Archbishop and warn him that you are a charlatan and urge him not to grant you a license. You must acquire... Oh, wow. God, I wish I could sing to those high notes.
Good day, Mistress Blagg. Before we start, I must thank you for having used your influence to help me resolve my recent difficulties.
Say nothing of it. Those doctors and their College of Physicians. Naught but a band of piss-pot sniffing bullies, so they are. Besides, I needed you out of prison so that you might read the stars for me.
I see. And what would you have me advise you on?
What know you of Richard Bancroft, the Bishop of London?
Not much, in truth. But I did attend the Easter service at St. Paul's. I found the bishop's sermon on the virtues of chastity and abstinence most compelling. Why, you know him well?
Not very well as yet. I was seated beside him at an Episcopal dinner Saturday last. We discoursed a while. Bishop Bancroft is a most charming man. But there was a moment when we did both reach for the brandy decanter. Our eyes met and I felt something.
What did you...
it was a spark between you and the bishop?
Oh,
You
this
felt
was just a
certain
feeling.
frisson in the air?
I thought she felt his dick.
Nay, I felt a certain hand up my skirts, more like.
Okay.
His Grace put his hand up your skirts. Madam, may I say how...
Save your congratulations.
I thought she
for
grabbed...
The bishop's not in the
I thought
bag
she grabbed
yet.
his dick. Nah, he was
That's
just
why
like,
I
let me...
come to you. Now that I have piqued
Let
his
me
interest,
finger.
I would have the stars tell me how to secure it.
Then you wish to pursue an amorous affair with Bishop Bancroft. But what of your husband, Dean Blagg?
Oh, do not speak to me of my husband. Thomas Blarg is not fit to secure his wife's future. He is not fit for many of his marital duties, truth be told. But you did warn me of Blarg's financial ruin, and for that I am grateful.
Forsooth, I am glad I was able to be of service to you, Mistress Blarg.
Speaking of such, let us press on with this day's readings, if you please.
Of course, let us consult the stars. How may Mistress Blarg secure the lasting affections of Richard Bancroft, the Bishop of London?
Alright. So, adultery while he was away from his home. And should lie. So she should eat hot chip and lie. Got it. What are my other options? Change the approach. No, I don't think that's her. No, she would not do that. No. Shit. No. Alice doesn't give a shit. Let her just bang the bishop.
The stars suggest a most ingenious plan for ensnaring the bishop, Mistress Bligh.
Oh, verily.
Aye, 'tis most cunning. First, you must offer him your tender favours, and then, several weeks following this encounter, you must go to him and tell him you are with child. If the bishop be a man of sentiment, the news will doubtless make him feel bound to you.
I own that such a ruse could work. 'Tis hardly ingenious, though, is it? Half the mothers in London give their daughters such advice.
Do they indeed?
This is very terrible advice.
more.
Never tell anybody
The
to do
stars
this.
suggest
This is
you will
awful
find occasion
advice
for such an
because this is just
encounter
awful
while
on
the
both
bishop is
manners.
away from home
Do
on
not get
business.
pregnant and try to
You may
trap a
have
man
to arrange a dispute
because
resolution
both of
for
you
his
have the
next
free
visit
will
the
to not
Archbishop
fucking
of
do that.
London.
And they
Oh, my
can
word,
leave.
that
It is
is
a
not a bad
stupid
idea.
idea and it is
Since
awful.
you
Do
know
not
very well.
do this.
Oh, as 'tis oft said,
Full
sir,
disclosure.
does occur
Do
at Lambeth
not
Palace,
do
does occur
this.
At Lambeth Palace.
Indeed. How very
No.
intriguing.
No.
Pray tell me of these goings on at Lambeth
Fun fact, I
Palace.
do have an aunt who actually tried to do this. It did not work out. The dude just straight up said, nah, fuck that, I'm going. So, yeah. This guy is just banging all his clients, like, Jesus. Nope. Yeah.
Good day, sir, and well met. Pray tell, did you secure the hand of the golden-haired maiden?
Yea, verily I did. Though 'tis no thanks to you, foreman. For when I told the maid's father of her uncle's designs upon her person, it set the household all arage. The mother even called me a fat-brained shade-lobber. It was only when I told them not to speak so ill to a man whose income is £1,000 a year that the family was silenced. The father then declared that a coin is still a coin, no matter it be in the purse of a beef-witted sock-nozzler, and promised me his daughter's hand in marriage.
Jesus.
I was made the happiest of men.
Then I must congratulate you on your forthcoming nuptials. Will you be having a summer wedding, or...?
Congratulate me? Do not congratulate me, foreman, for I am the unhappiest of men. It was but
What?
a day after our engagement was announced that my love became afflicted with the smallpox. Naturally, I was all a terror. Would she perish? So wretched was I with fear, I almost died of fright.
Jesus
Aye,
Christ.
naturally. Smallpox is a most terrible disease. I intend to write a small treatise on the subject.
But then, alas, fate struck the cruelest of blows upon my soul.
You found another bitch to fuck?
Poor girl. May she rest in peace. Or we squeeze in patchy, as the Latin scholars say.
What? Nay, death would have been a mercy. For once cured, the maid arose from her sickbed bearing hideous scars.
Oh my
Her
god.
once fair cheeks, thus so cratered, to make the very moon wane with envy.
I see. And now you wish to extract yourself from your engagement, I presume.
Naturally. But
Again,
that brother and
everybody
father
in
of
this
fearsome
game
men with a taste for
is a
rough
fucking
sport.
asshole.
And her
And I
mother's
hate
tongue
it.
is as sharp as a barber's blade. I worry that my breach of promise may be taken ill.
Then let me see if I may fathom the family's reaction from the stars. What will become of breaking your engagement to this once fair, now pox-scarred maid?
Probably nothing, because you're rich. Let's see. Lady's forgiveness. Even the stars are like, nah, she'll find somebody better. Like, yeah. Country. No. I like this one. The girl is A-okay.
Good tidings. While the family may
Bitch
well
dodged a
take your
bullet.
decision ill, good angels guide them toward restraint and discipline in their actions. The maid herself will endure it with quiet forbearance.
Quiet forbearance? By the saints, what a wondrous creature is she! Verily, I am disappointed that I must break off with her. For
Yeah, because
truly,
you
there
only
is no
see her
mountain I
skin
would not
deep.
climb, no trial I would not endure to wed a maid of so sweet a disposition. But I must be brave, and go at once to break the news to her.
I think this guy is like one of the worst because he's just like, ah, yes. Her beauty, her complexion. Yeah, what about her brains? What about her personality? How is she? Oh, yeah, she's kind of nice. She'll take it with care. She's probably sighing with relief, like, I think I dodged a bullet. Because, like, the moment, I would guarantee the moment she gained, like, any bit of weight, he'd be out. Like, ugh. People like that make me upset. He should just marry his cousin. Can we also talk about how cute this guy's house is, though? I absolutely am in love with it. Just an adorable little Tudor house. That's like, oh, I love it. It's amazing.
Ho! Ho there! Be there anyone at home?
Is it? By the saints, 'tis none other than Archbishop John Whitgift. Your Grace, I am most honoured by this most unexpected visit.
Truly, 'tis most unexpected, as I just so happened to be passing by.
Oh,
Indeed,
really?
I was riding by in my carriage when I found myself struck ill. My chaplain did suggest I take rest at the nearest residence, which did so happen to be this small dwelling. Forsooth, these rooms have the look of a physician's consulting chambers. Mayhap you are a doctor? If that be true, then praise be to God for this happy coincidence.
A most fortunate coincidence indeed. I am Simon Foreman, a doctor of astrology and physic. At your service, Your Grace.
Well then, Dr. Foreman, was it? Perchance you will tell me what ails me. I feel a kind of pain and heaviness in my side, and I know not if this be related, but my skin has of late become most unattractive in appearance.
Pain in the right side of the body and sourness of the skin.
Her Majesty did remark upon it most wittily the other day at a meeting of the Privy Council. Your face does serve as a warning to us all. Archbishop.
Her Majesty the Queen. Verily. A moment, if I may, Your Grace, while I consult the stars. What does cause the suffering of His Grace, the Most Reverend John Whitgift, the Archbishop of Canterbury?
Alrighty. What hasn't fucked? Jaundice, characterized by the skin, and the tube connecting the gallbladder is blocked. That kind of makes sense. No, because he said it was a lot of appearance things, so we'll do that one.
You are afflicted with jaundice, Your Grace. Yellow bile has seeped into your skin, causing it to become yellow-hued in appearance.
'Tis the jaundice, is it? I see.
Pray, have a servant boil this pouch of herbs in water. The liquor is to be injected up the fundament once each day. It should draw the collar away from your skin and into your bowels. William!
Excellent. I will have my chaplain see to it. My. Who do we have here?
Before you take your leave, Your Grace, I would have my manservant William let blood from your right arm.
Indeed. Very well, then.
Before you depart, Your Grace, perchance I might trouble you with a request of my own?
Good day, sir. My chaplain will settle payment with you anon.
Okay. I don't think I'm getting all my letters of recommendation, guys. Sorry. I wanted to see. Okay, so I might get here. I don't think, unless I meet Emma again, I highly doubt it though. I highly doubt I'm gonna see Emma again. Oh, I only have 2, 3, 4. You know what? Maybe there might be some good news.
Good day, my lord, and well met. Indeed, methinks I have not seen your lordship since last year, afore you set off with Sir Walter Raleigh to capture those Spanish treasure ships.
Ah, yes. Doubtless you heard what became of that expedition. The town criers called it Raleigh and Essex's gold piracy fail, declaring it the biggest balls-up since the English Armada.
Aye, 'twas most ill-mannered of them, if I may remark.
'Tis all Raleigh's fault, of course. For when I revealed that I had gotten our navigational directions from you, he had our men turn the fleet around and sail in the opposite direction.
Oh.
'Twas his navigation that got us lost. Our ships ended up becalmed in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, leaving England undefended. Who is the beef-headed chudlord now, eh, Raleigh?
Well, indeed.
Of course, Raleigh refuses to apologise, and we are no longer on speaking terms.
Alas, 'tis most lamentable you were unable to use the directions I gave you. Well now, how may I assist you this day?
I would have you tell me how I might regain the favour of the Queen. Indeed, 'tis strange she has not yet gotten over her displeasure, for the incident did occur many months ago, and we had every intention of returning her warships, filled to the brim with gold, I might add. Besides, how in the devil's name are we supposed to know the King of Spain would choose that very same month to invade England? I have not the power to predict the future.
Well, nay, but I have, my lord, if you had asked me to.
Verily, 'tis not to be borne. Only last week, at a meeting of the Privy Council, during a minor disagreement regarding the Catholic rebellion in Ireland, she called me an impudent lord-splainer, whereupon she rose from her chair and mollywopped me in the face. I half drew my sword upon her.
You mean the Queen?
Aye, indeed. Her behaviour was most shocking. I even
She
asked the
fucking
royal
slapped the
physician whether
bitch.
she may have lost her mind. She is, after all, most elderly, but Mr. Smith assures me she is in very fine health and is in full control of her faculties.
Her Majesty's behaviour is a mystery indeed.
That sounds like
although
lead
mayhap it
poisoning.
should not surprise us.
If I remember,
A
this is
man's
Queen
reason
Elizabeth
is often insufficient to fathom the
Queen
workings
Elizabeth
of the feminine
I,
mind, and
who
in
basically
such
caked
cases,
the lead
he
on
may
her
have
face.
little
So
choice but to call upon divine wisdom. To wit, let us see what the stars can tell us. What must Lord Devereux do to regain the Queen's favour?
alright, what do you need to do? Change by turning his organization. Ew. No. Also, she would not take that at all. Yeah, I'd say show loyalty.
To regain the Queen's favour, you must demonstrate your fealty to her. Your loyalty as a peer of the realm who sits on her privy council. To this end, the stars suggest you offer to lead a military campaign to put down this Catholic rebellion in Ireland. Your lordship is, after all, a
feel so
great
bad.
military leader. What better man for such a task than the hero of Cadiz?
Verily, 'tis no ill idea. 'Tis no ill idea at all.
I need 10
Yes,
more
indeed,
points.
I shall
Bitch,
offer
give
to
me
put
some.
down the Irish for her.
Please.
Forsooth, how difficult could such a mission be? I shall quickly defeat those fen-sucking muck savages and be back home by Christmas. Huzzah!
Huzzah! Godspeed, my lord.
This game is painfully accurate to the time. And the amount of times I just want to yell at people. I'm just like... And this is why you will have painful issues with the Irish later on. This is why you will fuck up and cause a mass fucking famine for people who didn't goddamn want it. Leave them be. Ugh. Hey! Hell yeah, that is our 5th one. I do like how some of these women in this game are just like, yeah, we won't hesitate to beat you up. You fuck with us, we will fuck with you right back.
Good day, Mistress Payne. How may I help you this day?
Blessed day, Dr. Foreman. I am just come from taking my niece to visit Rochester Cathedral. Thomas Blogg is the cathedral's dean, I believe. Know you of Dean Blogg?
Aye, I know something of him.
Verily, that man is a model to us all. Under his stewardship, the cathedral's decadent furnishings have been stripped away. He has even replaced the silver candlesticks with pewter. Such pious modesty in the sight of God.
Has he indeed? How very interesting. And, godly. Yes. But what is it that brings you this day?
Before I begin upon my business, Dr. Foreman, I must commend you for correctly predicting the sinking of the Spanish Armada.
Ah, yes. 'Twas I who did predict the great storm that sunk the Spanish ships, was it not? I have oft thought that careful study of coastal weather patterns may provide...
And we must give thanks to God for the divine vengeance he wrought upon the heretics. I did hear that by morning our beaches were verily littered with the corpses of Spanish sailors. Praise be to the Lord, his glory to behold.
Yes, praise be.
That sounds
But all
awful
the same,
to wake up to.
you seem anxious this day, Mistress Payne. What is troubling you?
Indeed, I am troubled, Dr. Foreman. I fear for the Queen's health. Everyone is saying that as she is exceeding old, she is soon to die.
Ah, yes,
Yeah.
I quite understand your feelings, madam. How we love
She
our
also
good
slapped
Queen
a bitch
Bessie.
when I don't really
Long
blame
may
her.
she reign. But will she? That is the question, is it not? For she cannot live forever, and when at last she does expire, we shall be stricken with such lamentation and grief.
Mayhap you, but not I. Elizabeth Tudor is naught but a sceptred whore. but still a whore who presides over the Church of England and
Excuse
keeps
me?
Rome at bay.
She did not
Without
fuck
an heir, who
anybody
knows
as
what
far
manner
as
of
we know.
foreigner may
She
succeed her
did
when
not
she
have.
dies. For all we know, he may flood the land with foul popery.
Yeah.
Foul popery? I take it you do not care for dried floral
Why are you
arrangements.
screaming?
But madam, surely
And now
fresh
you're fighting
flowers are
my
more
water
customary at
bottle.
royal funerals.
Did you not heed
have
me, Mr.
questions.
Foreman? I wish to know whether the English throne is safe from a Catholic successor.
Ah, yes, of course.
Don't mind
Then
me.
let us consult the
Luna
stars.
decided it would be best
Is
to
our
scream.
queen's long reign
Might
in
be
danger
because
of
I'm
ending
streaming too
soon?
long. She
And if
didn't
so,
like that.
do we risk a Catholic
So she's
succeeding
gonna
her
fight
to the
my water
throne?
bottle because it's her favorite color. Oh, right. Is a Catholic to succeed the throne? The queen is in love. I highly doubt that does anything. She is elderly. No. I guess. No, if I remember correctly, her successor wasn't Catholic. Oh, hi. Have you come for cuddles? No, you've come to stand on the keyboard. Oh boy. Hold on a moment. You can't quite see me, or like the camera. Oh no. Oh, come on, move. Thank you.
The Queen's
The joys of
prognosis
streaming
is
with the
good,
cat.
madam. God will ensure she
Fine.
remains in health for some years yet, and when at last Her Majesty does expire, whomever succeeds her will happily take his place at the head of the Church of England. I may assure you that England will not revert its allegiance to the Church of Rome.
Ah, praise be.
Yeah, if I
To
remember
know that
correctly,
England
it
shall
stops
remain
with
safe
James.
from Satan's earthly
Because he's
servants
like,
is
nah,
well
we're just
indeed.
gonna stay like this.
Fare you well, and may God give you a blessed day, Dr.
But
Foreman.
also, this is what becomes a problem later on. Yeah. Hey, she liked it. Oh no, we only have 4. Because the douche didn't give us any. So 4.
Good day, Mr. Moore. How fare you this fine Tuesday? Oh, on my word, you do not look well. Your face is very pale, and I detect a foul odour.
'Tis true, I fare not well, but there is no reason to be rude about it, Foreman.
Sir, I was merely expressing my concern. You appear stricken with fever, and, methinks, an infected wound.
I shall undo
The
my
moment
breeches
you sit
for
down
you.
on that keyboard.
There, do you see?
My, I do see. 'Tis a knife wound by the look of it.
The barber surgeon did stitch it up, but now it does ooze this noisome green stuff all over my fine linens.
Don't mind
So,
me.
I came to you.
And you were very right to do so.
I was, because I think it only fair that you fix it. After all, this is all your fault, Foreman.
My fault? Sir, I do not follow.
You told me I had nothing to fear from that wretched maiden's family when I broke off my engagement, but you were wrong.
Then I am most sorry for it. I gather the family did not take the news philosophically.
Verily, they did not. The maid herself wept, as is to be expected, but the father took it most violently. He called me an oath-breaking chudlord, whereupon he laid hands upon me and threw me out onto the street.
As you should have.
Indeed.
But 'twas not the end of it. For some weeks later, I was set upon by the maid's brother and his band of knaves.
Oh, wow.
They left me for dead behind an alehouse. If I
They're
had
like,
not
this
been
guy
discovered
is-
by the Night Watch,
Fuck.
I might have died.
Good.
Sorry,
The Night Watch
business
should turn
indeed.
a
I will
blind
have
eye.
my manservant William clean your wound and apply a balm to it. But pray tell me more of your fever. How often does it come?
Well, I did not have this fever yesterday, and I was well enough to go to church on Sunday. Oh, and to the theatre the day before. But Friday last, I was stricken abed with it.
Fever this day and Friday last. Now mayhap we consult the stars. What kind of fever has Lancelot more?
I think it's the knife wound. I think it's this one.
You're troubled with the quartan fever, a fever that comes every fourth day. It's caused by rotting bile. You must abstain from eating pork and any other meats that slow the digestion, and you must not bathe, but have a servant rub your back very vigorously every day until the fever abates.
Then what is it that you're mixing for me there? 'Tis true I am thirsty, but if you know wine, you might offer me instead.
'Tis an infusion of chamomile, mallow, mercury, and leaves of the black violet. William shall be administering it up the fundament. Pray lower your breeches, if you please.
Stick your dick in this liquid mercury for me, please. Jesus Christ. Alright.
Good day and well met, Lord Archbishop. What a pleasure it is to welcome your grace once more to my humble consulting chambers. Do you ail of something, sir?
Nay, I am in good health. I am come for information. That is, I am come for an astrological reading concerning one of my deans, Thomas Blagg, the Dean of Rochester Cathedral. I hear you are acquainted with him, are you not?
Yes, so please your grace. I am honoured to say that Dean Blagg is one of my querents.
I see. What a remarkable coincidence. Then you may know that Dean Blagg has been petitioning me to promote him to the rank of bishop, specifically to grant him the vacant seat of the bishopric of Salisbury. I wonder if you, that is, if the stars and planets and so forth, might tell me if there be any reason why Thomas Blagg might not be a fitting candidate for such a position of responsibility.
I see. Then let us see what the stars can tell us. Should Thomas Blagg, Dean of Rochester, be made the Bishop of Salisbury?
Yeah. He technically has stolen from the church. This one will probably be better. Because we're telling the truth, even though we can't, help them. Where are we at, anyway, with the guy? Okay. Where are we with Avis? Okay. We might might. We'll see. Let's see.
You must not grant Thomas Blagg the bishopric of Salisbury, Your Grace, for it seems Dean Blagg has been embezzling from the church. He has been removing cathedral furnishings, fine paintings, tapestries, candlesticks and the like, and selling them for his own enrichment, or mayhap to pay off his personal debts.
Verily? Well, I do hear it remarked that the Rochester Cathedral has been looking a little Puritan of late. Mayhap I shall have my chaplain cast an eye over the cathedral accounts.
Before you leave, Your Grace, chance I may broach a small matter of my own. Methinks you have the power to grant medical licenses, do you not? Although I am an experienced physician, you may have heard of my work during the plague of 1592, for instance, I am not technically licensed to practice medicine. It has been causing some administrative troubles of late. I wonder if Your Grace might condescend to help me by...
You'd have me grant you a medical license, would you? I suppose that might be arranged. Leave it with me, and I will have my chaplain look into it.
I thank you heartily, Your Grace. Your Grace is most generous. God give you good day, Mistress Blagg. Pray tell, what brings you?
I would know whether my lover, Owen Wood, is resolved to leave me something in his will. A small legacy, mayhap. A large one. I do hope he intends to leave me something.
Owen Wood? He is the Dean of Armagh, is he not? But were you not pursuing, Richard Bancroft, the Bishop of London?
Aye, and your notion to use Lambeth Palace for an assignation did work wondrous well. We had a small dalliance, the bishop and I. But 'tis all over now, for I did end it.
Only a small dalliance. But I thought your plans for the bishop were larger in scope. In our last consultation, you had me believe you were looking for something more substantial.
Aye, I was. But I will not lie, I was disappointed.
I see. Now perchance we may proceed to this matter concerning Owen Wood. Pray tell, why would you wish to know whether he has included you in his will? Is he gravely ill?
Not presently,
yet.
but methinks he will be soon. For he has gone to Ireland to join that peacocking mumphead, the Earl of Essex.
I see. He has gone to fight in Robert Devereux's military campaign to put down the Catholic rebels in Ireland. But you're being a little harsh, are you not? 'Tis true he has had some bad luck of late, but the Earl is a fine...
Oh, a swole-headed failson is what his lordship is. 'Twould not surprise me if he read his map upside down and marched his men into a bog to drown. Pray, let us do my reading, if you please.
Certainly. If Owen Wood, the Dean of Armagh, were to die, would Alice Blagg inherit anything from his estate?
Okay, so that says his money is gone. Probably not gonna happen. Probably this.
I am happy to assure you, madam, that Owen Wood will not die in Ireland.
On my honour, that is most reassuring to hear. Methinks. Nay, it is.
And even if he were to die, Dean Wood has little to leave you in his will, for the stars suggest that he has barely a penny to his name.
You mean to say Dean Wood has frittered all his money away likewise?
Aye, it would seem that you and Mistress Wood share something in common. That is
Disappointment.
Oh, well, I never. These clergymen, a band of boil-brained chump lords, the lot of them.
I don't have his letter of
Good
recommendation.
dawning, D-Blog. How may I do your service this day?
I don't have his letter of recommendation. I don't have his letter of recommendation. 2, 3, 4. Probably 5, 6. I might get it from these other ones.
Hope you
We'll see.
will do me service, Dr.
Let's hope.
Foreman. For at my last consultation, you served me very ill.
Ah,
Indeed. Your prediction that Raleigh and Essex would succeed in capturing those Spanish treasure ships did put me in a most lamentable position. I had my tailor fashion me these fine new robes, and now I have not the money to pay him for it.
then I'm heartily sorry for it, sir. Though your new robes are indeed very fine. Is that a different shade of black, or...?
And I know not how, but my
Fucked
wife
up.
Alice has lately
Fucked up.
learned of our perilous financial situation.
Ah, has she?
Aye, and she has had me petition the Archbishop for a promotion. 'Tis her reckoning that if I were promoted to bishop, the increased living would enable me to settle our debts.
That would seem wise under the circumstances. And was your petition successful?
It was. At least at first. Indeed, His Grace did have me believe he is minded to make me Bishop of Salisbury.
The Bishopric of Salisbury. But that is excellent well, is it not?
It would be very well, forsooth. But many months have passed, and the Archbishop gives
I
yet
feel
no
bad.
sign.
I'm not gonna get
Nay,
anything from
indeed,
him.
he does not.
So he basically is saying that he's gonna get fucked by the Archbishop. Sure.
The stars
Sure.
do confirm that you will be granted the bishopric, for you have acquitted your duties well and proved yourself a skilled administrator. Forsooth, I've heard it remarked that the recent removal of some of your cathedral's more decadent furnishings has rendered the cathedral more, well, more suitable for humble worship and sober reflection.
Blessed news! And upon which day will I be ordained? I must inform Mistress Blark, so that she may prepare our household for removal to the Bishop's Palace at Salisbury.
Well, I would advise you and Mistress Blarg not to act too precipitously, for the stars indicate that you may need to exercise the Christian virtue of patience, as...
Patience? Sirrah, do not speak to me of patience. John Whitgift has strung me along for over a year on this matter.
So he's getting pissed that, you know, he's probably not gonna get it.
Ah, good morrow, Mr. Moore. How fare you this day?
Forsooth, I fare very well, for I have become acquainted with the most wondrous of creatures.
Oh.
A lady who has lately been widowed.
Oh?
Ah, let me just take some notes here. Is this one dark or fair? Auburn with eyes of green, mayhap? I do not believe there's yet been an auburn-haired maid.
Fie, Mr. Foreman. Really show more respect for ladies than to view them as mere collections of physical charms.
Listen.
Beauty alone is of nothing to a man such as I.
Fucking bullshit.
Nay, my heart does belong to a worldly woman of culture and learning.
Oh?
Her head almost as striking as the soft hair and radiant eyes that adorn it. Indeed, her gift of understanding is so strong, she can listen to my sonnets for hours on end.
She can she? Forsooth, the lady does show great strength of mind indeed. And how might I advise you?
I would have you tell me whether I should marry her, For, as you know, I have offered my troth to ladies in the past, and it has not ended well for me.
What's the name
So,
of her?
this time I did tell myself, Lancelot, you will proceed with caution. You will know the lady for at least a month before you think of wedding her, and then you'll go directly to Foreman for his counsel.
A month?
Then let
I
us
would
consult
say
the stars
like
now.
a year.
Should Lancelot Moore marry this wondrous and worldly widow?
Please tell me it's Emma. Which will result in an inheritance. There was a thing. See, I think that tells me that this is Emma. So we're gonna.
You must not marry this lady, sir. You are a wealthy man, and she has designs upon your fortune that may result in your untimely death.
Ye gods! Verily?
I am afeard so. You must take care not to let your emotions lead you astray.
She seems so. She told me she... Are you sure? You did not put a planet in the wrong house or whatnot?
Aye, quite sure.
Oh, well indeed, 'tis most lamentable. Oh, what a waste of such fine eyes. Mayhap Emma has a sister.
It was Emma! It was! This bitch is fucking murdering her husband! Honestly though, I kinda understand. I almost kinda wanted her to be like, yeah, you know, go after him. He's a dick, hun. Ugh. Bless Sybil. Sybil is a character after my own heart. She is just one brain cell being shared between her and the monkey in her hand. She tries her best and she fucking fails at it. She is peak dumbass and I'm here for her. She is just chaotic dumbassery.
Good day, Mistress Fortescue.
I do hope you may help me, Dr. Foreman, for I am mightily afflicted with fever and pain.
Yes, I see. Your face is a trifle red in colour.
What happened this
When
time?
did the troubles begin? At a dinner party, perchance?
Nay, 'twas at a luncheon, the one I gave this day. I sought to play a trick upon my friend, Lady Emma Dyer, and I worry God is punishing me for my japery.
And what manner of jape did you play on your friend at this luncheon of yours? Pray, describe the ruse to me.
Wait, isn't that the
I came
Emma
upon the
who's like
idea
murdering
when
her
I took receipt
husband?
of a trunk full of exotic goods from the New World. Lovely gifts sent home to me by my gallant husband. Know you of my husband, Captain Henry Fortescue? He is a great friend of Sir Walter Raleigh, of course.
I think you have mentioned him once or twice, madam.
The trunk
Yeah,
contained a
like every
parcel of
time you've
dried
come here.
fruits. Full red in colour they were, and with them a note of warning. On it was writ that these fruits, if not consumed in moderation, can provoke a hot, pricking fever when ingested.
Ah, yes. I have read of this fruit in the writings of Spanish explorers. Capsicum icaramba mequema is the botanical name, I believe.
I am well known for serving the most original dishes at my table. Hence my guests were not surprised when I invited them to try my exotic fruit. I served them each a sweet pie containing one of these, capsicum...
Icaramba mequema.
But I made sure Emma received a pie containing the very largest fruit, and I the very smallest one.
I see. You hoped to occasion a fever in your friend while escaping the same fate yourself. And yet this ruse did not succeed, I take
Because
it.
it wasn't
Nay, it
right.
did not, Dr. Foreman. Most of my guests dared only take one bite of their pies before abandoning them, finding themselves unequal to the challenge. But Emma ate hers all up, as did I. I was sure I would be safe, and that she would turn red and begin to perspire most shamefully, but she remained as cool as a cucumber. But
That you, madam?
I began to feel such pain in my mouth and throat. My face and eyes turned red. Moisture gathered on my brow and bosom, and damp marks appeared on my bodice. I could not conceal it from my guests. 'Twas humiliating.
How distressing for you, madam.
This
Let us
woman.
now seek a solution to this mystery
Oh.
in the stars. What might explain
Bless
the
her.
queen's affliction?
Alright. Yeah, she had the hots on for Emma there. No, not bewitched. Yeah, that makes sense.
One moment, madam, while I consult that Spanish book I mentioned earlier. The one recounting travels in the New World. Ah, yes. That is interesting.
What is interesting, Dr. Foreman?
The stars say you have quinsy, and this book confirms my suspicions as to what provoked it. Madam, 'tis not the larger fruits that occasion pain when consumed. 'Tis the small ones, such as the one you had baked into the pie for yourself.
You mean to say the smaller fruits are more dangerous than the larger ones? How strange! Verily, how topsy-turvy.
The pain will be gone by the morrow, but in the meantime, you may find relief by washing your mouth out with wine.
Burgundy wine? Or will an ordinary claret suffice?
Any wine will do, madam. God give ye good even, Mistress Fortescue.
I love her. She's stupid. I fucking love dumb people. As I can quote for myself, the only thing I am fucking is stupid. Hell yeah. I think I will do Humphrey, and then I think I'll call it a night. I want to get this done because I want to play a bunch of so yeah, I want to do this guy because I am feeling pretty tired. Well, I shouldn't give any times, but I want to finish this, and then I want to try to, because I have a lot of other games I want to play for, Pride Month, and I wanted to finish this, and this one is kind of taking a while, but I also want people to hear the song and, kind of get a grips of the story, so, yeah, let's finish this first and I'll talk after.
Good morrow, young sir. Methinks this is your first consultation, Mr.
Humphrey Bell, sir.
And how may I do you service this day, Mr. Bell?
I want to get lean in that.
You wish to become lean, you say? And why would you need to be any leaner than you are now? You do not appear at all overplump. Indeed, you appear to be a young man in the full vigour of health.
Yay, but I do the lady parts though, innit?
You do the lady parts. Oh, I see. You are a player who plays feminine roles upon the stage. Yes, I think I recognize you now. You play for Lord Chamberlain's men, do you not? The company of players led by Will Shakespeare, Richard Burbage, and Will Kemp, among others.
Aye, sir. I play for them as a hired man, and next month I'm to play a fairy queen in a play we're doing for Lord Hunston at his daughter's wedding. But boss man Burbage says I'm too plump for the role.
Humphrey, your girth does make it difficult for an audience to imagine you getting up out of your fairy throne, let alone flying.
That's a little rude.
Yes, I think I understand. It would imperil the audience's suspension of disbelief, thus breaking the fourth wall, as you players so call it.
Sir, indeed. Mr. Burbage worries much for them scenery walls, for he says my rear end is of such a size, 'tis liable to smash right through 'em. Anyways,
oh boy, has a dumpy.
Told me that to fit into her gown, she
Oh
keeps
boy,
herself
he thick.
tender after eating. Might you give me some herbs for that or something?
And Mistress
No,
would be Richard
no.
Burbage's wife, I presume. Well, to judge what would be most
No,
effective
don't
in
give him
your
the eating
case,
disorder.
I shall need to consult the stars. What should Mr. Humphrey Bell do to become leaner?
have an eating disorder. Shit himself constantly. No. No. Don't do this. This is actually not healthy. If you want something, I mean, I can't really be a person to say of like what will make you leaner or anything. Just, if anything, just drink water. Water is good. Water helps with a lot of shit. Don't do this. Don't.
The solution is quite simple, Mr. Bell. If you would make yourself leaner, you have but to eat less.
Why would I need a doctor to tell me that though? I need something to do it quicker than that, urgent like. Know you what I mean?
Indeed. Sadly, I am familiar with the tendency of the young folk of this day to seek quick, easy fixes to their problems.
What about Mrs. Burbage and her chundering though? Can I not have what she is taking?
Well, there are ways to induce imbalances in your body to purge itself, but doing so is not at all wholesome.
Yes,
For instance, I might have told you of the dangerous practice of taking goodly quantities of prunes and rhubarb to purge from the fundament, but that would have been negligent of me, for as a physician I cannot endorse...
Prunes and rhubarb? So I just eat them things. Easy.
Thank
you, doctor. Give you a good day.
Hold, sir. I'd strongly advise against such a...
I mean, I guess that helps. Ugh. Alright. I probably shouldn't have turned it, but we'll wait till it does. Alright. I think that's actually a good point to end it. It is late here. I am very tired. But I would like to continue this because this is a fun game. I like screaming at the people being, when I catch certain parts of them talking, being like, no, don't. I like having this little bit of discourse. I hope you guys like it too. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get this done, play this game, finish this game, I'll play this, as soon as I can. I have like a list of games, for Pride Month that I do want to play from a lot of indie developers, and it's kind of funny because when I think about it, there's going to be some people who be like, well, why do you play a bunch of indie games when you're so small? Because I like indie games. I like being surprised from what I can see. And also, I think Pride Month is the perfect time to explore indie games made by fellow LGBTQIA+ creators. So why not do that? And of course, I'll get back onto my usual games like Graveyard Keeper. What else was I playing besides Graveyard Keeper? I played... Oh, right. I wanted to finish No Delivery. Bunch of other stuff. But for now, I hope you guys have a wonderful night or day wherever you are. And I will see you guys all soon. Alright, take care. Bye!